All right, welcome to the Sae Bae cast number 254 with LGR or Lone Gym Rat and Scottvc. Gentlemen, how we doing this morning or this afternoon, I should say?
Yo, doing
Doing
well.
great.
Hell yeah. Okay, you guys have both been on the cast before. Scott, I believe it's been like a year and a half or 2.5 years. I honestly can't even remember.
It's been a while, yeah.
It's been
like 2.5 years, I think.
Holy, okay. And then LGR, you've been on twice. You were just on with JT earlier this year, and that was a beefer. I mean, we just went everywhere with that conversation. So I'm
That was a long one too. I remember.
yeah, no, it definitely was. So I'm really excited because I love the high level Ironman talk. And what are your guys' Ironman rankings? I know like the overall ranking doesn't even matter, but like where
Total
do you
level?
guys fall? Yeah, with total level, just XP and everything.
Check. 362 right now.
193 for overall XP.
Okay. And then what do you guys know your collection log ranks? Like because now we have official collection log ranks.
862.
Okay.
I am 28. I lost top page a couple of months ago.
Oof, lost it.
Touching too much grass.
Yeah, really.
I was fighting for my life to maintain it and couldn't compete with the others.
At what point is top page for Ironman going to be clue locked? Like how much longer until that's the case? Like a couple more years, you think?
Well, right now there's only one guy, which is Jai, which we're not saying his name properly, by the way. And I'm not even going to try to say it because every time I say it, they laugh. Me too.
It's like trying to say He-Box's name properly. You're just going to be like, who are you talking about? Yeah.
But technically he's no longer clue locked because of the Moonhound, but we'll talk about that later. But I don't foresee it happening for Ironman, at least for not for a long time. For mains, that could happen sooner though. I think there's like 5 or 6 guys that are clue locked right now for mains.
Okay.
Excluding the Helm.
That is crazy. Let's you know what? Let's actually jump into that right now. I want to talk about some of the Slayer changes that have dropped, but first, I just this morning saw you upload a ramble talking about the Moon Helm changes and everything. So I want to hear a little bit about what's going on. It sounds like there's a little bit of maybe potential danger discovering a meta to get some loop halves. If you're comfortable talking about all that, I would love to hear it. But yeah, Lone Gym Rat, let's get started with what is going on with the Moon Helm now that it's officially added to the collection log.
Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack here, and I'm probably going to be yapping for a while, so I'm sorry in advance, Scott.
Oh, you're good.
And yeah, so firstly, Jagex released a blog, like I think it was a few months ago, where they were saying that the PVM, which is the teeth half, would be 1 in 250 from Blue Dragons. And I remember all the cloggers were like, oh my god, that's crazy. You can kill like 350 Blue Dragons with a lance. That's 1.5 keys an hour. Oh my god, this could be so cool. And then they released it, and it turns out, oh no, that was Brutal Blue Dragons. Okay, I see. So that kind of shifted all the calculations that we predicted from that blog a few months ago. So currently, if I open up my sheet, which I closed for some reason, but the best way to get PVM keys seem to be from Huey. So this is kind of like a fantasy land where you do 20-man efficient Hueys and you get 45 kills an hour, so you get 0.6 keys per hour. Now, I don't necessarily think this is going to be possible because no one wants to do Huey efficiently for thousands of hours. So the other best thing is just doing Doom, where you do wave 1 and 2 and you reset, and if you get almost 0.6 keys an hour doing that, which isn't necessarily amazing, it's still almost 800, 900 hours to get the rate of the Moonhelm. And then everything else doesn't really come close to comparison. A Moxie Owl is 0.5 keys an hour, and Doom 1 to 8 is slightly slower, but you get more money. But that's for the PVM keys, and honestly, most of us in the collection log community are just kind of putting that aside, and we're focusing on the skilling keys. So right now, it seems like Shark Lure is, I wouldn't say broken, I think it's as intended, but I think it's an oversight by Jagex, where by using the 5 lure, you guarantee get a shark. And the key piece rate is a 1 in 500. So with the shark lure, if you AFK it and fish, you get 800 sharks an hour. So that's like over 1 key per hour easily. So all of the cloggers I know right now are just AFKing sharks because they're trying to take advantage of this in case it ever gets nerfed, which I hope it doesn't.
What exactly is it just the fact that shark lure is a thing that would get nerfed? I'm confused about what you're saying about the 5.
Well, if you know how they release from the diabolical worms from Yama for fishing anglers
Yeah,
faster?
yeah.
Well, they released the equivalent for sharks,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can fish sharks very fast. But since there's no anglers on Varlamore, you can't use the diabolical worms, but you can use the shark lure on Valamore to fish
Okay.
sharks super fast. And the rate is calculated based on you just fishing normally, which is
Okay.
really bad if you don't use shark lures. It's like super horrendous.
Yeah.
But with shark lure, it's actually very competitive. But I'm curious what's going to happen with the shark lure price. Right now, the price has just been like skyrocketing. It doubled in price since the start of this week, which is really funny.
Now,
So I
would you want that to be nerfed? Because that feels pretty balanced in my opinion. If as long as it's not like too overpowered compared to like the other skilling methods, it doesn't seem like it is though. Is that the case?
I think it's good because
Okay.
shark lure is dropped for multiple bosses, and if those go up in value because of cloggers purchasing them for collection log, well, I guess the noobs that are PVMing and get shark lure are going to make more money out of that drop, as opposed to if they're worthless.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's cool. The only downside as Iron Man, we can't really abuse that. You don't get nearly enough to sustain, which is
Where'd you
sad.
get it outside of Zora and Delve?
I was
Is that it?
Calf, Konar keys,
Yeah,
the
where'd it go?
Wildy keys.
I
let
didn't
me,
know they
there's a
had
few
it in
more.
let me
Zora.
look it up actually because I think I got it at somewhere else as well.
But it's really bad. Like I did some math because someone was asking me like, what's the expected shark lure if you green log everything as an iron? If you do 10,000 Zora, you get 25,000 shark lure, which is only 5,000 sharks. That's 10 keys.
Oh,
So
okay.
if
So,
you,
sorry, is that what you were saying about the 5x or something like that? You're
yeah,
saying
yeah. So you use 5 lures to guarantee fish a shark every fishing action, essentially.
oh, wait, why is
That's
that the
how it
case?
works.
Why would it not be 1-to-1?
Well, you can use one, but then you fish them slower, and you get a
Oh,
little bit more XP.
interesting. Okay, now I'm seeing this right here on the wiki. It says shark lures can be used at 1, 3, or 5 at a time for further improved rates. One
But we
is
haven't tested it out yet because we're not sure if it scales linearly, where like regardless of what you
mm,
use, you still get the same amount, or if it scales like exponentially, where it's more efficient to use 5, or maybe logarithmically, where it's like the more efficient to use 1. So we haven't tested that yet. The wiki doesn't have that information either.
okay.
Too soon for us to tell. We started calculating this today.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So Zora, Phantom Muspa, Vorkath, Doom, Grotesque Guardians, Drake, Thermi, and then the 2 chests, Brimstone and Laren's. Jesus, 750 from Laren's chests. So
It's rare though. It's like 1 in 70, I think. I did the rough calcs for it. You don't get that
okay.
very frequently. So
Okay. Would you just do all your skilling basically in Varlamore? Like, is that how you macro efficient do your skilling now? If you were an efficient clogger from like Tutorial Island onward, like, is that how you do it? So you'd want to do all your basic skilling there?
well, I mean, if you like make a level 3 and you decide to complete the collection log, which I guess I don't think many level 3s are thinking that way, but it would be
Yeah.
better to kill always in Varlamore. But for
Okay.
example, for me, like I'm missing the mining pet, so I decided to do shooting stars until I get the mining pet because I get a couple keys passively, and it's
Mm.
pretty good for me to do when I'm working from home. It's AFK enough.
Now let me ask because we could still go a little bit further on this because I want to ask you about like the 2 ticking if you want to bring that up. But I want to bring Scott into the conversation. Just ask like because I know Scott, you've done a ton of Doom. Out of all the Doom you've done, how many key halves did you get from that? And what is your like
Oh,
total delves?
I don't even know. Is my loot tracker still on here? I didn't get that many. Wait, because I know how many I got from Moxie.
But
I
you
have
were probably
18 total in
risking.
my bank. And
Okay.
I gambled pretty much everything. And I have
Okay.
almost 4K total delves and 800
No,
deep. So
you didn't insta claim your keys.
LGR's like, you gotta insta claim.
I
Scott
insta
did
claimed my
not
elite
care.
clues once they came out, but yeah, no, I did not claim the keys. No.
You got fucked over on the pet, right? Was that the thing you
Yeah, I
went?
went like 4x rate on Doom Pet. It was like
God
almost
damn.
900 deep delves.
Holy
Damn.
crap.
It was fun
Yeah.
boss though. I really enjoyed Doom. Top 5 piece of content game for me by far. Like it's such good piece of content.
I'm
Did a
really
really good job
excited.
with it.
And LGR, you haven't touched it because I haven't touched it either yet. The Delve boss.
No, I went on vacation right before the boss release, so I didn't bother. And when I came back, I kind of didn't have motivation, so I haven't touched it.
The changes made it a lot smoother too. It's made it a lot better, but yeah, I don't know. They did a really good job with it, like overall, just in general. I do kind of like not like the whole like loot concept where like you just sacrifice everything. I know a few people have talked about it where like kind of wish like a portion of it went to your bank when you like reach a certain wave maybe, but I don't know, maybe that'd be too easy escape, but felt kind of bad just looking at all the loot, 'cause you can like calculate on the wiki like the loot that you actually would have gotten, and looking at the Aether Catalyst and like Dragon Dart tips and Cannonballs that I lost, it was kind of pain.
No.
Not to mention the 75 elite clues that we didn't get on release, but
Oh god,
that was,
that's a rip.
That's something else I want to talk about. Why do they never release elite clues on release?
yeah, between
They always
Yana
wait
and
2
Delve,
weeks.
I've missed out on like 150 elite clues
God.
just because they've waited to release them.
They need to
Weird.
get that in check. And you know what? We will talk about clues as well. There's just so many different topics. Like whenever we start these conversations, I just want to go
I didn't mean to take it
everywhere.
off keys.
There's just so much. So let me circle back quickly to the loop halves. So is the most efficient way then to tick manipulate sharks with shark lure? Is that like just the best?
Dude, I'm not commenting on that.
I mean, the thing is like there are multiple ways to tick manipulate, but what you're saying is like just because shark lure exists, that's going to outcompete basically any other skilling method. Like would you be able to, for example, do wood cutting instead? Because in your video you said oak trees would be slightly more efficient than teak trees. Most Ironmen would just do teaks for the XP or whatnot. But if you were to tick manipulate oak trees, for example, like would that compete with shark lure? Do you know the numbers on that?
I don't tick manipulate, so I don't know.
Okay.
But what I know is shark lore is really hard to beat right now.
Okay.
So
Interesting. Okay.
I did find my Doom log. This is gonna hurt Lone Gym Rat. I had 2 total keys from my Doom log.
that's it. How many dives or like delves you had?
Like
total?
almost 4K,
So you
3980.
should have had like almost 40 keys then. Rip.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's what that hurts, dude.
I mean, I just don't have the clogging mentality yet though. So
Yeah, that's fine for your play style, but
yeah.
for me that hurts.
Yeah.
So it basically you want to do shark lure, or if you're an Iron Man, maybe just chop trees if you just want to AFK sort of, or you can do calcified mine. Like I think I have 12 loop halves at my bank just from like calcified mining and occasional yew trees that I'm actually chopping right now. But I wonder, so then what do you need to do? You said Huey basically is for the key halves, basically doing 20-man efficiency is what I heard. Is that kind of how you get your keys then, like the key halves?
Well, I feel like most players are going to do Doom 1 to 2 resets if they really care, because or they're going to do brutal blue dragons with a blood fury if they're a main. There is one interesting tech though that I saw where you join a Huey mass and you just show up with the Dragon Hunter wand and you just auto retaliate blood barrage and AFK and you get the kill credit. That is pretty decent. It's like 0.4 keys an hour. But obviously it varies. If there's no team, you're kind of screwed. If there's only like 6-7 people, it's not very great. But that is a pretty funny alternative to AFK keys for the TIF keys.
Interesting. Now, do you think the rates that they've rebalanced basically will remain static now that the helmet is in the collection log? Or is this going to be sort of like the Jar of Darkness where 5 years down the line, they just nerf it to the ground and be like, all right, everyone can kind of get the helmet now?
That's what we're fearing. It's not just the Jar of Darkness. They did the same thing for the Stale Baguette. They didn't nerf it that much, but I think it was a 36% buff when they introduced Sandwich Lady. So I do feel like there is a risk. And there's also future content. Remember, if, for example, next year or in a few years, or if Raids 4 is in Varlamore or whatever, that could always buff the current meta.
That's true.
So you never know. That's the risk you take as a clogger, as a skiller, or even as a pet hunter for certain things.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
Okay, so I want to now touch a little bit, unless you have anything else to add, because it feels like clogging really is, you got to do the stuff that you don't feel like is going to be devalued first, basically, and then just like leave all the like third age and stuff that does have potential to be, drastically like devalued in the future to just hold off on all that. So I want to touch on just the recent changes to Slayer. I also want to touch on Yama and Delve, and I want to get Scott's take on just like Delve in particular. We haven't touched it, but I've definitely seen so much happening, and I've seen I want to touch on Widega's crazy achievements as well. So, but first I want to touch on the Slayer improvements. So I actually have the blog pulled up right here, and this just landed today, where every Slayer Master, besides like I think the first beginning Slayer Masters all kind of share the same block list because they have like the same tasks, but beyond that, every Slayer Master has a different block list, which means Wilderness Slayer can be done kind of separately, and you can sort of just alternate. Like if you're sick and tired of the Wilderness, you can PK it a lot, you can just switch it, and you don't have to do an entire block list reset where you lose a bunch of points and have to redo your block list. And now you can actually directly change your block list without actually having gotten the task you want to block, which is pretty fucking cool. And another notable thing is the Metal Dragons having just being classified as Metal Dragons. So what are your guys' favorite parts of this blog? I guess I can also link it in case you guys are slightly forgetting some of the aspects of it. But was there anything in particular that you're like, okay, this is an amazing change to Slayer? And was there anything like off about it? I guess I'll start with you, Scott.
Well, personally, I've been a huge tutorial skipping fan ever since like 87 Slayer. I'm pretty sure I've tutorial skipped. Ever since I was going for my Trident, I lost my attach streak, and I just like accepted that I'd tutorial skip ever since then. Like I think the only time I've had a attach streak is the point boost, to like get points back to like change my block list or something. But yeah, no, I'm such a big fan of never having to do some of those tutorial tasks again. I think it's one of the best changes that's happened to Slayer quality of life in such a long time. I mean, I just think people didn't like tutorial skipping in general with the like Inferno skipping, people that were going for Zuck tasks and stuff. And I think it just makes it better in general for everybody that wants to do Slayer. I think tutorial skipping is just more ideal too. At least for me, my play style, but
yeah, I feel like anybody that takes the game more seriously is basically always tutorial skipping. It just feels like if you're not doing that,
it's that way, yeah.
And it's I feel like it just, I think I used to kind of have a problem with it. I've never really tutorial skipped, but these days I just feel like no matter what you do in this game, there's always going to be a meta. And if it's not fun, you can kind of be like, this is annoying or something. But I feel like most people actually don't mind tutorial skip. Like they actually find it more enjoyable. And I think people in this game, like efficient people in this game, find things that are the most efficient to be the most enjoyable. It just kind of goes hand in hand.
Well, I guess I don't play like super efficient in some people's mind. Like my sole goal in this like for my account is just pet hunting. So like doing like blood belt tasks or like Konar Slayer right now just like doesn't really interest me. I guess that's where like I guess I'm like different from Lone Jim Rat in a way where like he's like more clog focused and I'm just straight up pets. Like anything that has a pet, I'm going for it pretty much.
Okay, let's hear your take, LGR, on the Slayer stuff.
Firstly, I'm a big fan of this change. I love quality of life updates. I think Jags should do them frequently. Look at old content and fix it up, like they did for this, for example, for Slayer changes or for MTA, for instance, or even Guards of the Rift. There's a bunch of different quality of life updates that released since. For me, the biggest thing is the Metal Dragon task. I actually grinded Rune Dragons off tasks just so I can bang it out to get the metal lump. And now I can do all my tasks on Addy Dragons because Addy Dragons are horrible. If you've ever done them, you know.
Yep.
So that's the biggest thing for me. It also shifted a lot for Konar Slayer. So now it confirmed there's a guy in our clan called Dodeko who does the Slayer sheet for Konar. And he confirmed now officially it's better to always tutorial skip for Konar Slayer, which is kind of cool. I prefer doing it that way instead of doing some tasks that are really bad or not pleasant to do. So, yeah, W update for me. I'm very excited to go back to Slayer. I've been waiting for a long time before going to Slayer for this.
Now I've been like putting it off for a while.
Yeah. What? Here's a question though regarding the Metal Dragons. I want to get both of your takes on this. I have always been somebody that's like, can we just have noted bars from these Metal Dragons? Like why are we going to the catacombs killing 40 steel dragons or whatever and all those steel bars just sit there. Like nobody's picking up an unnoted steel bar to bank that. And I'm just thinking, at least on task, maybe it could be an unlock even, but at least on task, allow all metal dragons to have noted bars. Is there any actual issue with that you guys see?
I remember you talking
I'm a
about
big
that
fan.
because at least personally, like I don't like I mean there's like certain like endgame PVM that you get cannonballs from, but outside of that you don't get steel bars from like anything. Like
Just keys,
it's
basically.
like brimstone keys and
Yeah.
larynx keys, yeah. But if you don't do those, then you don't get any really. And cannonballs are so nice. And like I guess blast furnace isn't the worst, but it would be nice to get like passive ones, especially like rewarding you for doing metal dragon tasks, which people normally don't do. In a way, rewarding, but yeah.
But you do get noted bars from Brimhaven dragons if you're on task, I believe, from the diary. Or am I misremembering that?
Brimhaven, you do get noted bars as long as I'm trying to think. I don't even think you need to be on task. I think it's just in that Brimhaven dungeon you get noted bars after like the elite diary, which why do you have to get 86 rune crafting before you can start getting noted iron and steel bars? Just like holy crap, dude. The thing is like, and the only partial sort of argument I had against it was like, oh well, that's going to be OP at rune dragons. No, it's not. It's not going to be OP at. If you get a two,
really not, yeah.
You do 10 kill trips, you have space. That doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, it just really doesn't. In fact, it actually encourages a player to actually try to extend their trips a little bit more. Whereas for the longest time, you basically just would bring shittier food because you didn't want the trip to be extended because you actually wanted to bank the rune bars. You know what I mean?
At the end.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking like there in no way would this be a problem. And I'm actually almost at the point this would have to be a hefty unlock, but I would actually be okay if, I don't know, maybe you could even do it off task, but I don't even think off task is even worth it, just because the fact that now we do get 200 metal dragon tasks. I think doing it all on task is the best way about it, and it prevents bots from like taking advantage of it, I guess. So anyway, on task, I am just all about, can we just get noted bars when you're doing a metal dragon task on task? Like,
and I'm also a fan of just like collecting stuff. So for me, I would definitely be happy if I can collect it noted. Because any task besides for rune dragons, I don't collect the bars. Can't be asked looting addy bars or anything below.
Yeah, I know. The addy bars are just silly. Like, you get 2 unnoted addy bars. Like, what is going on, dude? Anyway, I just need to bring that up because I just find it so silly. The only other thing, and I'm kind of waiting for the vampire quest line to extend and just see what they do with blood shards. That's actually another topic we could jump into. I feel like blood shards is a dangerous topic to go down just because of how much there's to talk about it. But one of the things they could have done with Slayer is simply make it so a vampire task on task gives you an increased chance of a blood shard, because it doesn't affect the economy like barely at all, because the people that are flooding the market with blood shards are not going to get Slayer tasks to campfires.
Nor will they.
Yeah.
Well, they're not real people either. They're bots most of the time.
Or they're just huge alt farms. And yeah, a lot of them are bots or gold farmers. Bots. So I just feel like that would have been a good move.
Well, they could definitely implement that without... They don't have to do 5 times better drop rate. They can just do 2 times better drop rate, or 1 in 1,000 instead of 1 in 1,500. Just something to promote people doing their tasks there would be cool.
Yeah.
Yes, something.
Because for me, I play my account as if blood shards do not exist, because it's just not worth my time to grind them.
Yeah, same. I don't anymore. After like next, pretty much. I did a bit for Sarachnis too, just because I don't have an ancient god sword. But yeah, just AFK while editing.
I feel like the only real place blood shard is like extremely good is like Vard. Vard was just amazing to use it. Like your trips are just massively extended. It's huge. And then Serb, I always loved it at Serb. Definitely not necessary, but if you don't have absolute max gear, like just rocking with a blood fury, you can literally just don't bring any food and you can just have like 20 kill trips easy. So I always love that.
It's also really good for Coliseum if you want a melee, for example, which is more fun, but I'm not one to talk about that.
Yeah, I bring it as a switch at Colo, but I don't main it at Colo.
So yeah, well, I think Jagex is doing a great job with quality of life though overall, especially with like how much they wouldn't really need to be focusing on quality of life. I feel like just the player count is so high right now, which, by the way, we do need to talk about the botting situation. I know you guys probably saw the solo mission video, right? Of
I did.
him trying to calculate pretty roughly. I wouldn't say that's accurate by any stretch of the imagination.
I wouldn't say it's too far off either.
It probably
No,
isn't.
I
Like,
think
I mean,
he's pretty
but
spot on.
I don't think his way of like figuring that out was scientific at all.
Well, he kind of doesn't like you mentioned. The only way he could actually accurately do that is if he took a snapshot and saw the whole RuneScape map at once, which is not really possible.
Yeah,
I think with the tools he had, he's not Jagex. Obviously, he did a pretty good job. I find.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else you would really go about it. So, but yeah, it feels. I'm just impressed with Jagex still doing their due diligence, making the game smoother in a lot of ways. I don't know, and just like not focusing on like, oh, we need to push out more and more and more content because the player base is growing. Like they're still getting into the nitty gritty of things that we've been wanting for years. So shout out to them for just amazing updates lately.
Was that summer
They've been on
speed
fire.
that was such a night. There were so many good quality of life updates.
So much good stuff. Do you guys
all
have
the next changes and stuff too? Oh, bro, next is so good now. Actually, a fan of next.
I bet. They really needed to do something to next because Yama compared to we'll jump into now Yama and Delve a little bit because I do want to talk to you guys about that. Yama, the one real issue with it was just
Dry protection.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, there's multiple issues, and I think the main thing that came to my mind was just the devaluation of Torva, and people were having issues, and so they nerfed Oathplate like in basically 3 days or something after the initial release. They nerfed it by like what 30% or something.
Yeah, they made drop rates more rare.
Yeah, but let's talk about that.
By the way, they did the same thing for Next on release. Like a week or two later, they buffed it and then they re-nerfed it after. Or the opposite, sorry. They nerfed it and then they buffed it.
I'm just glad I I did not know what was going on, but there was an MVP bug randomly when like a week I was camping next. And so I got like 5 drops and like 100 KC because I was just like summoning my I was just spamming thralls, basically doing my 4-mans, and I got every fucking drop. And I was like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden it turned out there was an MVP bug. So like the whole reason I greenlogged next so much faster than I would have is because of that week. I was like, you guys gotta.
So funny.
I
remember that week
doing that. Yeah.
I was in solitary back then, and people were like saying, "That's weird. The last 13 next drops uniques are all on MVPs." And then the next day it got nerfed.
God damn it! Who was the guy? I think it was in solitary that was just hard camping it and just doing masses and just pulling every drop. What was his
Masses
name?
with ZCB. I remember talking to some like alters, and I was telling them like, imagine if you had that insider information and you just showed up the next with like with the spec transfer alts and just like ZCB spammed and perma MVP'd. You could have made insane money per hour there.
Yep. God.
Been cool.
So one of the cool things about Yama though, and I'm glad Nex is getting that quality of life because Yama is just actually fucking fun. Like it's just a chill fight. And Mod Arcane during RuneFest literally said like we want to come out with Yama. It's going to be a duo boss basically, and we want it to feel like after you've done 100 kills, it's just going to be brain off. You can just relax and kind of enjoy it. And he was absolutely 100% accurate on that. And I think there's no harm in a boss being more chill like that. I really don't find any harm with it. Do you guys?
Well, the nice thing about Yama,
yeah,
I really like Yama because it's so open-ended. Like with the no fly and all the like, there's a million different fly methods that people came out with, like new metas and how to run it.
Sae Bae fly.
Yeah, Sae Bae fly. But I mean, it just gives so much variability to it with the what's it called, Market Darkness, speeding up your attacks and all that. It gives it like. Yama in itself, like you can do the mage method and make it as chill as you want, or you can do that melee method and sweat as much as you want and get a little bit faster kills.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, I really like that about that boss. It makes it really enjoyable for me.
And
I love the Dono method. It's so fun.
Yeah,
there's
it's
like
so
some
chill
rhythm
too,
to it. It's just so satisfying. Especially when you're in sync with a duo partner, it feels great. I love it.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're kind of doing a Olm like a duo Ulm where you're both solo running, kind of, like the olden days.
Yeah, exactly. I remember seeing the dono method and being like, no one's gonna do this. And then like a week later in the CC, people were +1 dono, and I was like, oh no, everyone's doing this now.
Thing is like it's genuinely not a difficult thing. I think I learned it in like 2 kills. Like it's just you just got to understand what timing is. I mean,
yeah, we are the exception though. I'm sure we've all done the solo God Wars methods and all those running things. So I mean, I learned it super quickly too. 1 or 2 kills and it was it. Yeah, it was fun.
I feel like even for most people though, I feel like if you are at the point where you can jump into Yama and not just be super intimidated by it in the first place, I feel like anybody that's even killing Yama, if they were to just give it a little chance and just be willing to risk a death or 10, just to learn it, they would learn it pretty quickly. I feel like it's not overly complicated. It's just the jumping in, just like getting over that intimidation, getting over the fear of just like learning something.
I think it's very easy to pick up.
Yeah. What were your thoughts, Scott, on Radiant Oath play? Because I know you got that really early. You were just camping some contracts, and then you just like immediately went for it and got that shit early.
I was honestly a big fan of the contracts themselves. Getting the contracts was a pain before they made changes to it. Obviously, even after they made changes to it, I think it would have been such a better, especially after Awakener's Orbs and them saying that it was gonna be better, like a better system, and then coming out with contracts and it just being like quite literally like 15 times worse on release than Awakener's Orbs, I think it was.
Yeah, that was funny.
The drop rates on release, like I don't even know who thought of them and would have thought like getting one, like if it was 1 scroll and you got permanent access to it, it would have made sense with the first drop rates. And that's what we thought they were, that's how rare they were. And then they came out and were like, oh yeah, it's 1 sniper. And we were like, oh no, that's a joke. But yeah, it definitely got better with the buffs they made, but I enjoyed the Radiant contracts overall. The sensory clouding one definitely gave me the most trouble and was pretty tough, but overall I actually enjoyed the Radiant contracts. I know they got a lot of hate, but yeah, I thought they were pretty good.
And I believe it was Widega, right, that got the first Radiant Oath plate completed.
Yeah, he did like 2 of them and then left and went and graduated and then came back and did the like last 3 or something.
God,
it's insane.
That dude is...
After they patched it, because it was broken for like 6 hours.
That dude is an
animal. I remember that.
Yeah, it was a mess on day 1, but yeah, he's insane. I mean, and he's so chill with it. He's so humble. Bro's a insane gamer. I remember doing trio next with him, and then like a year later, I see him doing like no stun, 1 prayer point, awaken levy. I'm like, what?
Like, who was this guy?
Same guy. Like,
that's crazy. I do actually want to touch a little bit on the Widega thing. So he got the world record delve. He was the first person to do 100. He got like 108 or something. He already had the world record before that, which is like 60 something, I think. Yeah. And then he jumped to like a 108 and then just went to like 181 or something. And then I think
Jakku beat it by 1.
Yeah. I thought that was a meme at first. I thought because he's, how his voice is like so chill, Widega. He's just like, I thought he was actually trolling about the idea that like Jakku like beat him just by 1. I was like, this guy's joking, right? And then I think
they went back and forth like 2 times, like beating each other by 1, at one point, and then Wide like beat it by like 40 the next time, like 221 or something.
221.
It was so funny, like seeing the inventory setup when he walked in. And it was the full inventory of divines. Someone posted on Discord. And I was like, surely that's troll, right? And then I see the stream and he's on wave 100, half the divine still remaining. And he has 2 sips of restore. I'm like, what the heck is this, dude?
You know what I'm prepared to see? Because like he's basically at the point now where he just 6 hours and just it's kind of a matter of RNG sort of and just going as fast as humanly possible, not losing ticks to like beat that. I'm now waiting for a run by his, and I'm sure he'll do this. He'll do a run without an ancient god sword and without like a fucking like Eldritch or any like prayer restoration or HP, and he'll see how far he can get, because that would be insane to see how far you could get without that, or at least do the no prayer heal. I think ancient god sword might be necessary.
I think he needs ancient god sword because of the acid. Yeah,
the
acid's just too much.
But But if he can't heal prayer, I mean, that dude's an animal with prayer flicking anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he'll do some crazy feat where there's no prayer restoration.
Dude, my question to him is, how does he have healthy wrists? That's what I want to know.
How do you
a
know
bunch
he
of like
has
wrist
healthy wrists?
exercises.
Like, what the hell, man?
That's insane though.
The crazy thing is, I remember Bodhi, like week of release or something, he was like, oh my god, like he had a video of him getting to like wave 20 or something. Like, holy shit. Like,
Dude, I posted myself getting to wave 20, and then I felt like embarrassed like a week later why I got to like 121. I should have deleted it, and I was like, damn.
no, never delete it, dude. That's like, I think it was week 1 of Toa. I think I published me doing an expert Toa, just 300.
Oh yeah, the 300.
Literally just, I had no fucking clue what I was doing, but like it had got so many views at first just because it's like expert, like holy shit. It's just so embarrassing looking back on, and like I still get comments to this fucking day of people like, dude, you are so bad at this game. I'm like, dude, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, what are you talking about?
Expert raid.
Bro, I posted my challenge and my regular Chambers solo GM time like 4 years ago on YouTube. And some guy commented this year, "What are you doing? You're supposed to bring an Elder Maul, and what didn't you?" And I'm like, "Dude, this video's 4 years old. What the hell are you talking about?"
So bad.
Same shit.
I get that on guides and stuff. There's like a 5-year-old guide I've made, and somebody's like, "Dude, this isn't working anymore." I'm like, "Dude, it was like some blast mining." I was like, "Dude, the place has been fully reworking. Nothing about this is the same at all. Why are you commenting on this?" Like,
that's funny.
Yeah. So what do you think is more fun then, Scott? Because I guess you're the only one that's done Delve so far. I'm pretty much there. I actually just got my second synapse a couple weeks ago, so I can probably start sending it. It sounds like all you really, well, actually I need to get Void as well, it sounds like.
But, really need one synapse, to be honest. You only need Scorching Bow.
I wasn't gonna delete my Arclight though and turn it into it. True. So, and I probably need I think Darklight's better or something. That's what I've heard.
It's just cheaper, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like cheaper death cost.
Oh, I see. Okay, so what are your overall thoughts on like fun aspect of Delve versus Yama? What are the differences? What does like Yama do better? What does Delve do better?
I think the prayer 8 prayer flicking mechanic with the double boulder is, if not one of the most like my favorite like mechanic in the game. Like when you do it completely correct, like satisfaction of it is one of the most satisfying mechanics in the game. It's kind of like the like perfect parry in a way, even though it's not like a perfect mechanic, but yeah, just doing it tick perfect and like getting all the like 6 prayer flicks right. Well, I don't know, something about it just feels very satisfying in a different way than Yama satisfying, because Yama is very very enjoyable too. Both of them are like top 5, top 7 bosses for me. Yeah, just both very enjoyable in a different way.
One of the things I've loved seeing, and I definitely have much more to talk about once I actually experience it, but what I've seen is that they have tried to iron out all the annoying kinks with Delve. I think there's still maybe like a couple little things that people have grievances with, but it feels like they have gone out of their way above and beyond to smooth out the experience as much as possible. Like just the fact that like whenever the Delve boss is like fucking transitioning, you can just freely run on acid and not have to worry about it. Like that is like that is impressive to like be a dev and to recognize how annoying it would be to have to like get to a different position. And
I don't know how many ticks of immunity it is, but you get like 5 or 6 ticks of immunity when after that phase change, and it's really nice just running over acid.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Small thing that they think about. Yeah, it's just like actually just makes it so much better.
And I'm just wondering when the hell they'll do that with like skilling. Make it so like they're like really trying to iron out the annoyances of skilling, because we're getting it so much with PVM, and that's why PVM is just in the best state it's ever been in. Like every single PVM update now that drops is just a banger, maybe besides Huey, but
yeah true. I mean, they seriously knocked it out of the park with PVM updates in the past, and I think you talk about it all the time. Sepulcher is one of the best, if not the best, skilling update they've ever came out with. But there's just no reason to go back. Like the first clue rates, I remember them releasing with Sepulcher. I was so excited about, and I wasn't even that into clues at that point. and they were so good. Because Sepulchre is actually just like a fun skilling mini game. I don't know.
It
They
is.
did such a good job with it, but there's no reason to go back
Mm-hmm.
besides XP. But yeah,
Yeah. They should just like put some loop halves and tooth halves, the Varlamore ones in there for zero reason whatsoever. Just make me a
that
note.
was so funny.
So what overall, what is better, Delve or Yama, if you had to score it?
If I was to pick one to do, I'd probably say Delve.
Okay.
Personally,
That's cool to hear, actually. I think that gets me excited because of how fun Yama is. I'm just like,
yeah. No, both are really good, but I was huge. Even going 4x rate on the pet, I said I would have gone like 6x rate because I enjoyed that pet. I like grind.
Now, I'm curious with Widega. I mean, it's so crazy when you see somebody so good at what they do. He makes Delve look so simple. And I'm just wondering, like, is what he is doing like that crazy to get all the way there? Because it seems like as long as you can just complete a couple waves like that, you can just keep doing it, right? Because you can clean up the floor kind of if you're gonna use the little like pathing thing. And what is somebody like me missing with how difficult that really is? Is there something that's like genuinely like, okay, like what he's doing is like actually insane? Because it seems like to me he's just repeating the same thing over and over. And if you could do it once, why not just do it 200 times?
It kinda is like that, but in the same way, it feels like I don't even know how to describe it to something because it's just like such an endurance test. Because you miss one flick and you're pretty much dead. Not like, I mean, maybe two, but still, it's like.
But it's like the
playing
panic
Portal
sets
for
in.
that long, right? Yeah, and it's just like movement and the high APM aspect of it for that long consistently. I think it's just so impressive. Because it is, there's like I said, that wave 8 flicking is, although it's the most satisfying thing in the game, it's arguably one of the harder, like mechanically things to do in the game, to flick that and move in that orb, like stay within it. Like it's one of the harder things to do in this game. It's not easy.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder what we'll see in the next little bit, like how much more or what the PB will be or world record will be in 2 more months, 3 more months or whatnot. Just because it really will be a matter of like the top like 10 people that can just do a 6 hour, seeing how few ticks and seeing how much they can squeeze one more wave in.
I mean, he did take a bathroom break during that, so he could do technically further.
Did he actually?
Oh my god, there's no way you said that out loud, dude.
Should have grabbed the bucket. What are your guys' thoughts on the rewards? Because I mean, the fucking Avernic treads are insane. I mean, those are just absolutely wild. And then obviously the confliction gauntlets and the wand. I haven't really seen many people using the wand. I mean, we have a shadow, but is the wand outclassing the shadow in
a few places? Yeah.
Okay.
At Fasani, I think it's actually better to main hand, assuming you're not losing ticks, because it's 3 tick. And at shorter range than shadow. And I think there might be a few other places. That's the main one that I know
as well, because of the damage cap.
Yep. That's like a 40.
But obviously, like you said, you can't lose ticks. It's a 3-tick weapon, so it's harder to use.
And I feel like with Zulrah, you almost got to cast that last shadow if you really wanted to be efficient, just in between transitions.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess it really wouldn't matter that much. The shadow can only max a 50 anyway, so like, who cares?
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7 max hits. I think the full max mage is like 43 or 44.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good as well.
I mean, I guess technically it kind of levels out. So even though it is like 6 or 7 more max hits, technically it's like more chance of hitting those higher numbers too, because the shadow's normal max hit would be like 70 something. So anything below that would be what do they do? They make it so it's like 46 to 50 as long as you hit over 50 at like.
I think it's 45.
It's 45 to 50, and it rolls evenly between those numbers.
God,
it's really
such a disgusting mechanic. They did it to make it look more organic or something. Like, God.
I don't even know why they did that change. Like, why do you care if I kill Zora in 30 seconds? Like, what does it matter?
They should have just done what they did with Duke, where like Duke, they just increased its HP a little bit. Like, I can understand, if you're like an early Ironman, you don't want to make Zora any harder, I guess. But like, bruh, I don't know, the whole
that Ladle and Twin Flame too now. I just don't think it'd be that big of a deal either. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But okay, that's cool. So what are your guys' thoughts on just the Avernic treads? You think that I think they're pretty OP, but it looks like everyone fucking loves them. Yeah.
I hated doing a boot switch personally.
Yeah.
Ever since they released the DT2 rings, I think people wanted a new item to not switch, so it was long overdue.
Did you
anything
guys
above an 8-way is awkward?
Did you guys hear BC Guppy's idea like 2 years ago or something? He wanted like the fucking what's that guy from the Marvel movie? The glove dude. Who am I thinking of right now? The guy with the gauntlet. Thanos, yeah.
Okay.
he had like the fucking like Thanos glove or whatever idea where like you just combine all rings or all what was it or something? I think it was like all rings into one gloves or one ring slot or something like that, like some crazy thing. And then he wanted them to like all be on a glove or something like that, which is crazy because at the time I was like, this is way too OP. But now we literally have Delve or the Avernic treads, which is just like basically that kind of obviously to a lesser degree. But it is a good thing being kind of capped at an 8-way switch for most things. I think it just makes the game feel a little bit better, not having to do a 9-way switch and just lowering down to another row on your inventory. So
yeah, you can do like the vertical switches, but I don't like doing those.
Me neither.
Oh, yeah, Boot Glue is good. I'm excited to get them one day.
What are they going to do if they ever try to come out with another boot? Do you think we're going to kind of detach from what we have right now and go back to a melee only, range only, mage only, or are they going to kind of lean into, okay, boots are always going to be at least best in slot. We're always going to try to keep them one slot. Like, what do you guys think is going to happen in the future?
I hope they don't do the Terraria tech where they just keep adding boot glue on top of boot glue until you have like 7 boots in one. That would be kind of awkward. But chances are if they release a new boot, it'll be like a switch where you go from Avernic tread to whatever the new boot is for a specific style. If they decide to do that.
Yeah,
probably not for a long time.
Attachmentscape is such a difficult sort of thing to balance, especially as the game keeps getting older and older and older. It's like, okay, what are we doing now? Because if they ever want to come out with a new ranged armor, they really just have to detach from any form of God Wars or Raids 3. It feels like just like make something completely separate, but then it's like, who the hell is ever going to go to God Wars again for Arma? You know, it just feels like the attachments mean something, but it just gets so complicated where you're just gluing glue on top of glue just to make something. It's like, Jesus.
That's what I was trying to think of what they're going to do for Raids 4, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Do you have any thoughts, LGR, on Raids 4 ideas?
It'll be for sure linked to sailing, 100%.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And
No. I think they said it won't be.
Really?
It won't be a sailing raid. It might be on an island that you get to through sailing, but it's not going to actually have anything to do with like having your boat or anything.
Okay, that's cool then.
Yeah, I'm almost certain they've confirmed that. I need to find where they confirmed it, but yeah.
But yeah, it's tough for Jagex with raids 4, given that we have the 3 mega rares from each raid. So they'd have to either do a new mega rare, which would be kind of weird to do, or they'd have to do a side grade. Something like a 2-tick mage or melee weapon could be cool.
Hell yeah.
But
hell yeah,
that's hard to balance given power creep and how it'll exponentially get better with new gear as opposed to their counterparts that are 5-tick. Yeah, it's tough.
Mega will just be an upgrade to give us old blowpipe back.
Dude, how much have the Avernic treads helped the blowpipe out? I mean, 3 more range strength? That's pretty crazy.
I think you get a max hit with every dart. I'm not positive though.
Okay.
I believe that.
Do you think there's ever and the other thing is somebody I think it was just maybe it was just last cast with King Condor. I was talking to him and he's pretty convinced that overloads will come out with Raids 4.
That's why I'm kind of waiting on Corp. Personally, I spooned the hell out of Corp for the shields, 1K with all 3, and with my Bloodhound grind, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of waiting as much as I can on Corp.
Yeah. What's your master clue count for those that haven't kept in
Gotta
touch?
hit 4750.
That's
Jesus,
20 off.
bruh.
I remember
Bruh, what is
saying like
that?
several years ago, imagine an Ironman going dry for Bloodhound, and then you're just living proof of that.
It's not
Yeah, I
even
remember.
dry. I mean, you're not even dry. You are like
You're giga
astronomically dry.
dry.
Like that's like, bro, how?
What's
I put it into
driest
like
for Bloodhound in the game? Was it 6,000
Casey.
something? from
Casey was 6,200 something. I'm about to
Yeah.
pass.
You're getting
I'm
closer.
ranked 3 currently. I passed Marnie, who was like just over 4K. And then Hey Jace was like 4,900, 4,920, I think.
And don't you
something like
only
that.
have like 2/3 age or something?
Yeah, I have 2 third age pieces. Although I think Casey had none when he got his. Like
He
could be
he
wrong
had
about
one, but it
that.
was like pre-log, and it was from a hard clue, I
one.
think.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Which pieces do you have?
I plate body and plate skirt, so they actually go really well together.
Okay, I mean,
That's
it's cool
dope.
fit, but it's not rare master.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
he's both hard. Like, god damn it! Like you're getting
That
the hard
sucks.
pieces.
Uh,
That is
15,
nuts.
15
though.
Anku rolls and missing Anku body as well. And I don't have either Dragon Kid either.
Do you have finished mummy?
Finished mummy, yeah. No dupes,
Yeah, that's
finished
kinda
mummy.
cool.
Then Anku's been rough.
You said no dupes? Finished mummy?
Yeah, I finished it with no dupes, yeah.
Oh
That's
my
nice.
gosh.
Yeah.
Don't you not even have 200 elites done, or did you?
No, I have like 57. I can't even stack 5.
Oh, that is
What the hell?
wild.
I can't even stack 5. I can only stack 4 at a time.
That's Pet Hunter vibes right there.
Yeah. They came out with the update and I was like, do I waste 93 pet rolls? I really don't want
Oof.
to.
Well, it's not actually 93 because you get
Yeah,
like
you get
19
like
back, but copium.
still like 50 that I'd be wasting or something. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
damn.
I'll do it eventually, but yeah. I mean, I did it without stackable for 4,200, so I'll do the rest with 4 stackable instead of 5. It's kind of my theory.
yeah.
No, but
How,
as a pet hunter, it makes sense for you to do your masters and not trade. I
Yeah.
understand.
I mean, looking at it now, I'm so glad I did, because if I was doing elites this whole time, like, I'd be, I don't even know, like 2K masters, not even, if that. That's assuming I
1K,
actually,
because that's 5K elites.
yeah, that's actually
really
assuming
low.
I got all the mediums, hards, and easies, but I probably wouldn't have done that if I was just doing elites, so.
I think elites. I've always said this, but if they were to just improve the mimic rate of elites, like that alone would encourage just doing elites a little bit more. By the way, dude, what are your guys' thoughts on elite, like normal loot from elites? Like, they need to
I don't
pump
do
that
'em.
up. Like that is, it's just embarrassing to open
Complete
elites.
shit.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
But I don't think elites are like a clue tier that you do because you want money or you're doing that for collection log. Otherwise, you're doing your masters. So,
I know, but it's just sad that like it doesn't need to be that way. I feel like just improving at least the mimic rate going from, I think it's a 1 in 35 from elites.
Yeah,
If they were to just make it so it was 1 in 25, like that would already be like, okay, now I feel a little bit more justified doing these elites and getting those chances. Because with mimics, even if it's an elite mimic, you still get those chance of like master third age.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. That's free mimics for me over the life of my account, so that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's rough though, just seeing how shitty elites are. I wonder if they'll ever, like, what are your guys' thoughts on on a clue expansion? Is that ever going to happen now? Because it just feels like you can't really fuck with people's collection logs. Like as soon as people have green logged something, like you really shouldn't be doing that to players. Do you think we're ever going to get a normal clue expansion?
I'm curious what LGR thinks of Grandmaster clues, because I've heard about them, talked about some, but I personally would not be a fan, but I don't know.
I mean, I spoke about it in the
feel.
last cast, Grandmaster Clues. I think it would be kind of cool if they release it one day. I don't foresee it happening anytime soon, though.
Yeah, I don't think it happened anytime soon either.
And like, I don't know what they would do as loot. Like, do they add a bloodhound on that too? Do they add a new pet
God,
to piss
please no.
people off? Like, what's the plan?
I'm just waiting for a mimic transmog to the bloodhound. Like,
I do think they should add one.
Yeah.
And if anything, that should maybe have a pity rate for it, because I don't know. But
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
you
How
get,
many
like,
mimics have you
43
done, Scott?
301 now. And I'm ranked 2.
Holy.
Oh my god.
And
Wait.
paying off.
304, my bad. Both my third age pieces are from a Mimic as well.
I have 118. I'm rank 16 for irons. But I never traded a single elite for masters. And I have a bloodhound, sorry.
Don't worry, I know.
So what has stackable clues done for clues in general? Because if you're just specifically doing masters, is this like just super quality of life? With
the juggling back to the bank is huge. So for me, I probably like for every master, you could pretty much guarantee 4 minutes of juggling the clue back to the bank. Assuming I was dropping them on the ground there and like getting a bunch at a time, which I usually was doing. Like say I had 20 master or 20 elites to turn into masters. I pretty much would get all my elites to the crafting guild, and then before stackable, I would like go do all my hellhounds at like one time, and then like say I'd finish a trip, like I'd do like 20-minute trips with like Fenny Bow and Cannon and hellhounds, and then like every 20 minutes I'd bring one clue back, leave all the rest out there until I'm done getting them all. And then after I'm getting done all like my 20 hard clues, I would just like bank all my stuff, juggle all 20 back, and that'd take like 20 minutes probably. So I pretty much save 20 minutes every single time, like for every tier, because each run to easy, medium, hard is pretty much a minute to juggle out the clue for each one. Hand members, eclectics.
Hand members must be so fucking chill now.
Yeah, they're a lot better.
That's great.
Eclectics are so much better too. You just bring Huntsman's kit and you can get 5 and then leave. You have infinite jars with you.
That's so nice. Crazy.
Eclectics is it's not the worst part, because obviously elites are the worst, but outside of elites, like eclectics are the worst part by far.
Dude,
the medium meta is just so bad.
They just need to fix Puro. That place is sticky as fuck.
Awful.
It's like just the worst.
And there's so many bots. It's awful.
We need a new medium clue meta. I said it. I'm sorry. I said it.
Yeah, no, we don't.
It doesn't even need to be a new meta. Just have something, a few different methods just competing with it.
Yeah,
at least.
There is a new option now. You can cannon harpies for 15 mediums an hour, but cannonballs.
Yeah, cannonballs too.
That's the problem.
No thanks.
Better to use them on hards. But easy clues with the stackable clues has been great. I've been doing those on mobile now. Whenever I'm at the girlfriend's house, I just whip out my phone when we're watching TV shows and pickpocket hams and solve the 5 clues.
Yeah.
I'd solve 20 per hour on mobile, which that used to be like raid for PC back in the day.
Yeah.
When you were swinging, so kind of cool.
And it's kind of nice because I used to have to like trap the ham. Well, not have to, but it would be nice to trap the ham member in the like starting area. But now it's just like, it doesn't even matter because I just get 5 and leave.
Yeah.
So I just kind of get
wherever. Still save a bit of time, but
you still do,
really
but like,
the effort.
Yeah, I just can't be asked.
I was surprised they didn't allow the rogue's outfit to double your clues. That was interesting.
Yeah, they were very clear on the post. Rogue's outfit will not work, and I was like,
yeah.
I was very upset.
I was copium because that would be good for gnome pickpocketing.
Yeah, mediums would add a new meta. That would have been so nice. Even though you had to drop a lot more, but it still would have been.
I would have done it for sure.
Oh, how does that work? Do you you would? Oh yeah. Well, I guess once you get one clue, you wouldn't need to. Oh wait,
how does one clue scroll box in your inventory and drop the others in the crafting guild? So that way you don't have to worry about it.
But gnomes don't force you to have to drop stuff. You can keep pickpocketing them, right? Isn't like any pickpocketing? You can just keep pickpocketing as long as your gold sack or whatever doesn't get full to like 140 or something.
No, hams you have to like it won't let you pickpocket if your hand like if.
But gnomes, I think it does work that way if I'm not mistaken.
Oh really?
Because I remember people would have a full inventory and they wouldn't be able to roll clues. The clues would get deleted if you would pickpocket one.
But that was before. But now that you have a stackable, it would just stack with it.
I believe so. I haven't tested it because
it's
not very good. It's only 10 mediums an hour, so Pro doubles it by far.
If it's 10, oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, but you get good thieving XP if you care about XP.
I mean, it's super AFK too. Like if you just wanted to get 5 and you just wanted to spam click trap a gnome really quick. I mean, not really quick. It would still take half an hour to get 5, but like.
Yeah, there's a guy in the CC, an ironman, the green log mediums. He foot pedaled all his gnomes while working. So I guess you could do that, but I'm not buying a foot pedal.
Sounds pain.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Yeah, I really do wish though that they would have doubled it. And I feel like, and I was saying this before, like if back when they were still kind of having that discussion about stackable clothes, I was like, if they were to make it so the rogue's outfit worked, I would have loved to see the stackables stack up to 10. I was so shocked that they doubled down on the 5 max, and like didn't they even say that like we're sticking with this until the end of time basically?
I personally
Yeah,
think that will
basically.
get moved at some point.
Oh, 100% it will.
100%.
I think at least 10, probably more at some point.
Yeah, that was
I just can't see a world where it doesn't go more, like just with how the game is going.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if we get new clue metas, which maybe I'm coping, but I hope we do soon with
You are
like
hella
collection
coping.
logging.
I don't think
I don't know.
coping.
I think them being done with Varlamore, them being done with the big updates and like raids 4, like I don't know what else they're coming out with. Like maybe it is cope, but like I don't know. I just don't know what else they'd be working on. Like they've been working on a lot of collection log stuff. It gives me some sort of hope.
The
Maybe not
fact that they don't
uh,
release clues on update releases like Yama and Delph, and they're
Oh, I
super
know.
careful with the raids, just tells me that they're being super cautious with clue scrolls in this game. So unless you get a JMod that accidentally makes a mistake like they did for Seracnus or Shades of Morn, I don't see that happening, that we get anything better than what we have today.
Now we will surely, and I think
I don't know how long.
I'm an anti-coper now. I coped for too long. I can't.
I'm just thinking like, well, one of the things I would love to see with clues is just some action, like an actual clue guild and an actual sort of system, sort of like the Slayer block list system of like, the more clues you do, you can have up to like 5 blocks, where you can actually just full on block steps that you fucking hate. Like,
Dude,
I
that should
never
be
want to
so
see
nice.
the agility
That'd be
pyramid
cool.
ever again.
It'd be so nice to see all the clue scorers at Watson's house doing clues. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like
that
at
would
a
be
clue
so
guild.
dope.
That'd be I don't know. I think I'd love that. Like it's kind of like that with the crafting guild, but I think it'd be like more so centered around the clue guild if that was a thing.
It would be so cool, and they could really stretch out the rewards where, I mean, literally, I mean, have block lists. I think block lists for the certain tiers, like that alone would be so cool, because it allows you to sort of customize, you know, what you want, like how you want to do clues. So it's not just always you have to do. Imagine Slayer to this day was you just have to do every task, like just basically like that would make it so it's less diverse in a way, even though it feels like you're making it more constricted by blocking things, and so it's not as like diverse or something. Like you're actually adding diversity by adding the option to block certain steps, because then it makes you more efficient. You can change your loadout, so like if you don't want a certain step that requires a teleport item in your inventory, you can like clear that, you know, and have a little bit more space to work with. And just everybody would have their different little setups. And I don't know, I'd be super into that, especially like a little Watson, like if that's where the clue guild ended up being, at like Watson's basement or some shit. That'd be creepy, by the way, but like that'd be dope. I don't know, I would be so into that shit. I'd also love it if the Ring of Wealth, when are we ever going to get an updated rare drop table, by the way? I know this is kind of going all over the place right now, but I thought, weren't they going to do something with that? I know they proposed that with like this is like 4 years ago or something. They were proposing that Boss Slayer. And they're like, yeah, we're going to come out with this new Ring of Wealth. It's just fucking OP. So basically, if you just want to make billions, you just literally barrage shit off task and just make a bunch holding this ring, basically. Do you guys remember that at all?
I do not remember.
I remember the
I had to look
bossing
this up.
player. That was Mod
Let me
Arcane's
look it
idea,
up.
I think. And they got a lot of backlash, so they scrapped the idea.
I thought it was it Arcane? I thought it was Sween or
Arcane?
something. Or why am I thinking Sween? He was not even like a dev or something. Why am I thinking of him? Or okay, let me look this up. Because yeah, Boss Slayer. Where was that post?
Yeah, Boss Slaying would be cool. I'm kind of sad they scrapped that. I remember when they announced it, I was super hyped. I was like, that's gonna be so cool for pet hunting.
It was
Slayer.
it was OP, dude.
I know, but like
it would not have been good for the game either, because you always have to remember you could literally not boss without getting a task. Like you would be trolling to ever do anything that doesn't happen. Like, they were trying to add Chambers of Zarek tasks.
No, that's
like,
a little silly. That would be silly for world record. You'd have to.
Yeah, I mean, it would just
that pass.
ruin everything.
Or imagine like you do in the CC plus 2 CM tasks required. Like, bro, it'd be so painful.
Yeah, I'll try to find it, but okay, let's talk about the Ironman all pets grind. Scott, you're specifically going for that. I actually wanted to ask earlier if you have plans of clogging afterward.
I do, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
let's go! Sorry.
Especially with this bloodhound grind, it has kind of. I mean, I'm missing 5 gilded pieces. That is one thing I have gotten very lucky on. My hard clue gilded luck is very good. I don't have any dupes of hard clue gilded, and I only need 4 more hard clue gilded plus fams to have every gilded item. Which is still a lot, but in retrospect, it's not that bad in all reality. So it's a nice little motivation to get started with it.
Okay. And how close are you hours wise to all pets? Because you have what? How many? 50?
I have 48 right now, but
48.
I have a lot of the long ones left. I still have BA, I still have Corp, I still have obviously Bloodhound. I got Omelet this year, which was a big one. And then I still have 3 God Wars pets as well. So I definitely had some long ones still left, but I have Nightmare, I have all 3 raids pets now. Definitely some of the longer ones, but yeah.
Okay, I linked you guys this. It was Mon Arcane, you're right. For some reason, I was just thinking of somebody. July 2020. This is 5 years ago.
God.
How? This feels like fucking last summer. Oh my god.
Well, it feels like it was last year for me in my head.
Wait, I do remember this. Oh,
yeah,
I do remember
so
this.
look at this. Look at this. I want to go down to the Divine. This was it. Or wait, no, was it? Oh, Lustrous. That was it. Lustrous Gem Ring. We have heard your complaints with the current rare drop table, and we have 2 gameplay-focused solutions to that. Currently, it's unlucky to land a drop on the rare drop table because it replaces the drop you'd otherwise have gotten. We want to offer you the choice to make the rare drop an additional drop to complement another normal drop. The Lustrous Ring will be tradable, and we plan for this to be a very rare drop. Basically, I can't remember. Did they have an expansion on this? I think they were trying to... Were they showing off what that loot would have been? I remember kind of thinking this was going to be like crazy, basically. Like some crazy loot from it. But you have to get it in the first place. But I'm like, bro, like that's kind of dangerous.
This vlog is insane.
Bro, this is crazy. Imagine they released that today. What would happen?
Dude, it probably would pass, actually, at this point. I'm almost certain it would.
With the polling system, yeah. I don't trust our
They just full scrapped this. This was not even a
There was a lot of backlash. I remember.
It was a ton of it. Yeah.
They even talk about task storage, which we have today, which is kind of cool.
Because wait, where does it say? Did it say you were able to do?
Or beast on task. Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, picking a task. Oh, this was the point. This was the thing that really lit everybody on fire. Basically, was picking a task. It just says, "This sounds crazy powerful, right?" That's because it is. What the fuck, dude?
Dude, imagine like every morning waking up and picking your Thermi task just to do your Konar keys for your daily scape routine.
Yeah,
that would be like.
The thing is like there are elements of this blog that go hard, but everything, and I don't know. It's just, trust me, I'm a lot more like in the space of like progressing the game into like a more fun state. But this, you have to keep some version of integrity. You cannot just be like, oh, I just want to pick my tasks and just fucking do Nightmare task and then do a Corp task like right after. Just like, what the hell is going on? This was an interesting blog, yeah.
He cooked. Mono King cooked on this.
he was living in 10 years in the future at this blog post. We were not ready for it.
Actually, I kind of want to see this blog post in 5 years and see if there's more things we got since.
Just kind of circling back to the all pets grind. How many hours have you spent going for Bloodhound so far? Like real hours, including getting the clues.
I actually haven't calced it.
Do you have like a rough estimate?
Oh, just getting the clues alone, not even solving.
Yeah, everything though. I mean, solving as well. I guess the solving part's the quicker part.
It's got to be over 3K at this point.
That's what I would guess as well.
My
3K?
God,
that's crazy.
Probably. I mean, rough numbers. like elites are kind of variable. I mean, but outside of elites, you got to think 130,000 eclectics, 250,000 hand members. I think I'm at right now, and then like 120,000 hellhounds or something. Plus, like, I mean, I guess like
Oh my
So
I guess, like,
gross.
I guess some are like passive as well. I
Fuck
mean, I get
that.
passive clues, of course, but yeah, that's not even including solving. And then like the time, I don't even want to think about the time juggling before stackable is a thing. 'Cause I tried thinking about that for a while, and like, I mean, obviously some were passive from other tiers, but not a lot. But yeah,
Bro, you could have green log
a
mediums
lot of
twice.
time. Yeah.
Mm,
The
God.
eclectic, most people don't know this, but the butterfly net that you catch implings with, if you check it, you can check the totals. Most people know that, but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know it caps out at 65,500, whatever Zora skill cap
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It just says lots after that, just LOTS. And I've done that like probably 2 times now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That and dude, okay, this is another question because I feel like this happens when you go dry on things. This is a little bit different because it's a fucking bloodhound, but it feels like when you start going so dry, you end up hitting this threshold where like you want to just almost see how dry you can go. Where
I'm
it's
kind of
like,
at that point where I am curious if I'm gonna pass Casey, because at that point it'd
yeah,
be kind of cool. I mean, I'm not like cool, I guess, but I would just be like the driest in the game, because right now
it's,
I'm driest for irons, which like, oh, I'm rank one driest for irons, but like, I don't know. It's like everyone knows Casey as driest for bloodhound ever.
yep.
I guess most people will know me after. Well, I guess like if you're an ironman maybe, but like for going dry for bloodhound after this, whenever I do get it. But yeah, if I do end up going drier than Casey, it's just gonna be. I mean, that's still another 1,500 clues, but at this
That's
point, it doesn't
not
seem too
even crazy.
unrealistic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not that crazy.
which sucks to
Oh
say,
man.
but yeah, that is the harsh reality. But yeah, I don't know. It would be like publicity, I guess, aspect of it would be nice, but I don't know. I don't really.
Just like the
I'd rather
notoriety
be
of
over.
knowing you were
Yeah,
always the driest for that. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Imagine
just
the clip, dude, on YouTube of you getting the bloodhound. That's gonna pop off.
Oh
You
yeah.
can clickbait the hell out of that too.
Oh yeah. Clickbait on that.
dude, how I mean, Casey was getting hella donos. You remember when he was doing like his streams and he was
Oh.
like, you know, if your casket is the one with the bloodhound, like, you get a Tebow or something. Obviously, it
I'm
was.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was just being given dragon imps, and
Yeah.
then he was giving people
Well, it
the loot
wasn't.
back.
It wasn't all of it though. He did do some lava dragons back
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
but he
wasn't
did
all
get a
of it.
lot of
It
donations.
was only
for
when
sure.
he had that opportunity, and I think I remember like Sherlockness just he would drop him like, oh, here's fucking 30,000 dragon implings here. You guys are
Yeah,
little
yeah.
donuts.
I mean, I'm not
like,
definitely not taking anything at all away from Casey's grind.
oh
I'm
yeah,
just saying
not.
it's a lot different than what I've been doing, like in every aspect.
And there wasn't the juggle tech. I'm trying to think. I don't even think he did the triple tech, or did he?
No, I wasn't a thing back then.
I mean, it
Nah,
was a
It
thing.
wasn't
it's
known
a
that
thing,
much.
but yeah.
Okay.
Unless he knew the tech before everyone else, which I
Yeah.
don't believe so.
That was
Yeah,
he was doing it the old fashioned way. He had to go to fucking Dragon's Eye, just on the neck. Honestly, God.
Uh,
I mean, they've made improvements to that at least. I just think. Oh, by the way, I guess Scott wouldn't know because he doesn't really do elites, but like they have a Proudshire step where you have to like scale that fucking Proudshire mountain next to Huey to do an elite clue. Anyway, you're just running around for like 2 minutes up there, just
I
spiraling
heard it's like
around.
the Dragon's Castle of,
Yeah,
or old Dragon's Castle of that.
Oh yeah, they changed that. That was nice. But they actually added 2 shortcuts to it, so now it's actually not horrible.
Oh, nice.
I haven't had the step yet. Is it like significantly faster now?
Oh yeah, significantly faster. And the worst part is you know how pathing works, where it only has like 25 points of like changing directions. I don't know if you ever watched that GE challenge video where he like went into depth about how pathing works. Like as soon as you've changed directions, either diagonally or, you know, just like an actual like full on like 90-degree angle change, you can only do 25 of those before your guy stops moving any further. So you can run super far as long as you don't have too many angle changes. But as soon as I believe the number is 25, you get capped. So if you've ever tried to run up like Eagle's Peak, it's the same sort of spiraling thing where you're just constantly zigzagging back and forth up at this thing that you would feel like you could normally just click the entrance of that Eagle's Peak, but your dude only paths like halfway up because you've made 25 diagonals by the time you're only halfway up. Anyway, so with Proudshire, you would optimally think you could just click at the very top of the thing and you just scale the whole thing, but no, you stop like a fourth of the way up, and then you got to do another fourth and another fourth and another. It's just like, oh my god, it's horrible. But yeah, they changed that luckily. I don't know if that made any sense.
No, it makes sense.
No, it made sense. I didn't know the 25 diagonal thing. I knew there was a limit because I remember that step I would click on the top and it would get me halfway. But that's
Where's
good to know
that?
for the future.
Where is that GE? So do you guys remember those GE challenge? Let me see if I can find it. I could just look at his channel because I think it was on his YouTube. He had some crazy.
Was it like the 7-click red X something?
Yes, it was that kind of stuff.
Those were crazy. I remember watching those as a Billy Bob. Good days.
This is the one. Here, let me just link it to you guys. But I think it was it his? Okay, it's because I think Port Khazard. I think it was him and Port Khazard that were making these kinds of things. But or maybe it was Port Khazard that figured it out, and then GE Challenge set up the challenge in the first place. But basically, it was like you got to start somewhere, and then using only
7 clicks, you have to get somewhere.
Like the fewest amount. Like basically, he said, who can figure out how to do this in the fewest amount of clicks? And I think Port Khazard beat it, but then GE Challenge showed the actual method, and it was like 7 was like bare minimum. It's fucking just crazy challenges like that. Just like you got to be an absolute, I don't know, just autistic genius. Just 150 IQ at least.
He's always been that way too. I used to be with him in solitary in like 2019, 2020, and he posted like a new Kraken tech where you'd step back and then step forward and you'd save 1 tick, and it increases your kills per hour by 1. And I remember watching that going, oh my god, this guy's such a nerd. And now I'm him doing some cringe shit too. It's crazy.
I just remember being in that Summit Discord, and like they would just be they would just be figuring out the most random shit. I remember they were at like a cow pen. I don't know who was figuring this out, but they were like at a cow pen, and so they would have a guy that's pathing into the cow pen, where it was the cow pen next to like when you're heading up north to Varrock. That last cow pen has 2 different doors, like 2 different gates that can be opened. And so what they did is they had a guy like run from the north down to the south into the cow pen while the southern gate was open. But what they would end up doing is have a player close that gate while he's already kind of pathing into there, and then open the north gate at the same time. So technically you were still able to get in there, but your dude is already on a set path. And so what it would happen is like the guy would like run to the south where the gate is closed and then fucking magically teleport inside. Like the fucking cow patch, like or not. It wasn't even a cow patch. It was a fucking. Why am I saying cow patch? I think it was a cabbage patch. It was like right north of the cows, and yeah, it was like 2 different gates that could be open. And as soon as you closed one, like this is the kind of shit they're thinking of. Like, what would happen if you had 2 gates and one of them closes at the exact same time as the other one opens, and your guy's already pathing in, and yeah, you just fucking teleport. It's weird. Anyway, just
doing science experiment to understand pathing back then.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's cool.
I mean, it paid off. He created so many God Wars techs, Bofa, Shadow, all that Red X stuff. So
yep. That stuff completely transformed God Wars Dungeon. In fact, I don't know how I feel. I mean, I do know how I used to feel about this. I don't know anymore, just because the game is just progressing so quickly. But I will say the Scorching Bow, I think, it's just too OP for Zammy. It's just like,
have you seen the Zammy spear price?
Like
Look it up right now.
Oh no!
I was stalking it for a while, and now I'm just like demotivated.
Is it under $1 million?
It's like 1.5, I think.
God damn.
Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah,
that's so cheap. Like,
yeah,
I remember it being 15 mil at like TOA release.
Yeah, because it was getting cheap. I think it was around like 3 or 4 mil.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it shot up because there was just really no use to it. There was a rapier in the game and other things. The
Yeah,
problem,
that's all the scorching bow. It's too OP.
the main problem with the scorching bow is the fact that even if you miss, it still binds permanently, and you can like rebind them before they're even unbound. I'm pretty sure. Is that how it works? Like you can just keep rebinding.
Yeah.
There's like a certain cycle where you respec after X. I don't remember. I haven't done it, to be honest with you. I just do
It's
shadow
like 5
method.
hits off spawn, and then it's like 4 every time after that, and you literally just AFK.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
Yeah, that was a bit extreme. I'm surprised there was no real backlash. I think it's just because it already did get devalued with the whole like just 5-0 method, and now it's just like, fuck it, we'll just send it. Because man, if this was 2017 and they introduced something like that, we'd be having a huge fit.
The riots.
But they did randomly lower Zamorak's mage level at one point, like recently, and it increased the shadow DPS slightly. So, and the gauntlets as well. I believe now shadowing Zami is still better than scorching bow. It's just like 10 times the effort.
I think one of the things I would love to see them do is standardize how the minions spawn when you're in God Wars dungeon, because right now they have a system where like the minions only spawn every 5 ticks. So it's like sometimes the main boss will spawn, and then literally 5 ticks later, then the minions spawn. And it can be really annoying if you're trying to like melee bandos, for example, which by the way, like nobody does. You just do Bofa or whatever. But I feel like if they were to standardize that, okay, everything spawns in at once, you could come out with these really fun methods that are consistent, that you could actually rely upon. And I think that consistency is missing with like instanced Godward. I think it might just be in the instanced areas of it, which ironmen all have instances. Like you can't not be in an instance. But I don't know. One of the things that
God Wars, those respawn timers are so bad.
They are. Yeah. We need to be able that is a quality of life update they need to introduce, is DKs and God Wars dungeon allow
like I don't
you
think it's too much to ask for. Like just put a bell like GG's just to restart it as soon as you're done killing the minions. Like kill the minions, you can just click the bell and start the next kill.
That's true.
I'm missing
just be at the
3 God Wars
done?
pets, so go ahead and add that bell. I'll be so happy.
I know, right? I'm missing 3 too. Put it on the agenda.
But I do feel like a lot of people would not be too happy about the devaluation, but they should have waited.
No, there's I don't think anybody would care at this point. DK,
but God Wars is actually really chill, by the way, with the private instances in Iron. You can do the red X and drop anything on the floor, and it stays for like 6 hours or 3 hours. So you can red X easily.
I was watching Scott stream, and like you were trying to get the Zilly pet, and you're just sitting there. You're just sitting there for like fucking a minute. And I remember seeing your inventory. It must have been like your first trip or something, because you were like the overkill with all the shit you had. It's like, okay, this is just brain off.
I brought like 14 restores, and I'm like, I could have brought 2 and been fine. Like you actually just don't use prayer either. Like I don't know.
If you dies in like 5 sustain.
I didn't even have Eldritch, and I mean, you just get prayer pots and restores the whole time, and you're just chilling.
Yeah. And you have the altar
I did
as well.
Bandos recently, and you do like 200 kill trips with Shadow. You just feed on table.
Yeah. Oh,
and then once you kill Bandos, I just turn auto retaliate, go next to both minions, and just AFK. I literally get off of my chair and walk around the house because I know for a fact I'm gonna kill everything. It's so chill.
I would love to see. This is my personal view. I would love to see a revamped God Wars or something like that. It doesn't even have to be like just God Wars with the same uniques. Like just in the future, I don't know how long it would be, 4 years down the line or something. Just come out with a new sort of God Wars style. Fuck all the minion KC. Nobody wants to deal with that anymore. I'm sorry, it's just horrible. But have a system that has that traditional classic 3 minions with a main boss, and make it so there's just no red Xing in a way. I just think, and make it really standardized so there is that predictability and kind of anticipation where there are marked tiles you can kind of be on, and just knowing the patterns and cycles. Because again, this is just my own like fucking obsession with, I loved traditional flicking God Wars, and we just don't get it anymore because it's not even efficient to do it. It's just, you're wasting time.
I only did it for Bandos, and I learned it for the CA, and I learned it because people told me how fun it was, and oh my god, it's so much. Like, once you get it down, it's so enjoyable. Flicking all 3 minions and the boss.
It's
I think you feel like a Giga Gamer doing that.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Wow, I
cool.
know what I'm doing here. It's like I don't know.
It was tough for me to
something's-
learn. I remember learned that a while ago. Got the CAs and just never went back for
Yep.
that.
Yeah. We'll see in the future though. I have a lot of faith in Jagex to come out with insanely addicting and fun rhythmic PVM challenges. They
Dude,
just do
after
such a good job.
Double Yama, yeah, I have very high hopes for what they're doing. PVM wise.
Let me I want to kind of talk about the botting issue that's been happening lately, and solo mission. You guys, I believe you guys both watched it. The little solo missions
Yeah, I
video
did,
of him
Yeah, I did. It's
trying
very
to,
good.
in his best scientific form, try to figure out how many bots there are, and I think he came out with like what 44% or something.
Yeah, 44. And he showed the graph of like the item prices crashing. I think it was it March or April, the date,
May, I think.
or May? And the items are just crashing nonstop. And I, for one, have suffered for that. I bought a bunch of implings at the start of this year, hoping that stackable clues would make them rise. And I lost 2 bills so far. So,
Oh my god. I bought all my
And,
gear on my
it was-
main at the beginning of the year too.
like as they were crashing, I would just keep doubling down and dropping Ironman dupes and just kept losing. But whatever. And I in the CC, someone was talking about a rumor. I don't know if this is true, so it's a speculation. I don't know. Someone has to fact check me on this, but apparently Matt K was saying that Jagex's bot detection system has taken a major hit recently, and they're not able to keep up. So that would likely explain the botting issue that we have today in the game.
I'm
I
always
didn't
a
even
little.
mention it,
I'm always a little
Yeah.
skeptical what Matt K says. I don't know. Just,
I
I mean,
just
to be
recently
honest, I kind of believe it though, given how like the botters have gone so much better, especially with AI. Most likely, it's a lot easier for them to code bot scripts, make them less and less detectable. So I do believe that it's harder for Jagex to keep up, and they're not able to. I think there's some potential truth there.
yeah,
it
for
is
sure.
ridiculous how many there are. And at least the
It's
places that I go, Puro alone, I mean, for how much
Oh.
time I spend there, it's ridiculous how many bots are there.
You
Every
go
world
to
is like
Yama and you just
15.
sit outside. You see like people show up with 3,000 solo kills in like troll mage gear doing
Yeah.
solos. Like what the hell? It's crazy.
The really concerning part is just how easy some areas are to clean up. I mean, just just like the chat bots that are just freaking out in the Grand Exchange on repeat, talking about some fucking Ice World 302, just constantly spamming it. There's like 7 billion fucking players that are just hopping between worlds, spamming shit, and then spamming buy Tumakin, buy Tebow, max cash or something. I'm like, and then you got the people now advertising like this porn website or something just on repeat. I mean, I know most of us, like all 3 of us, were Ironmen, so we're not really in the Grand Exchange much, but like,
I've actually been there on my
Jesus.
ult recently, like decent bit, 'cause I've been training it, and yeah, there's so many.
It's-
There's a combat level filter that I turned on, and you can like people under a certain combat level, you can just like filter them out, so you just don't even see them talk.
Yeah, it's
I had
smart.
that installed, and then I had one of my fans was just like trying to talk to me, and I was with somebody else, and they're like, "Dude, are you gonna say anything to him?" And I was like,
You're just
"Ooh."
egoing him.
No, he literally, didn't see anything. All of a sudden, I turned off the plugin because I was like, "Oh yeah, shit, I have this plugin on." He was just he said like 8 messages or something. He's like, "Oh, okay, like sorry," or something. Because I was clearly interacting with my client. I was just fucking ignoring him. I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
that's so
okay, I
bad.
can't have this on. This is so bad.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it was bad. You might actually be a victim of it as well. Who knows? You know, you have
I
no
might be.
idea.
I just don't know about it.
It's just skillers. You know, this dude was like an actual player. It wasn't just like a noob. I mean, he was just like a skiller with a low combat level, and
Yeah.
I just wasn't hearing anything he was saying. God damn it! But yeah, yeah, it's just so easy to fix though. Like, dude, just literally bring any J mod. If they were to literally bring me on as a P mod. Just make it temporary. Make it for a month. I would freely go out of my way and ban all these people that are at the Grand Exchange spamming shit.
A lot of people would too, and it's just like I don't know. I know they'll just
thing.
like hard time
Dude,
hire
I had
someone.
like a really, really weird idea like several weeks ago, and this is obviously the best time to bring it up. But imagine if they expanded player moderator to like something like in WoW, they have the GMs, and you had like a report system that would imagine you see a bot and you report them, and there would be like a leaderboards or like a forum where you'd have all the bot name and how many times they were reported in order from most reported to least, and then some JMod could go over it at the end and just ban them. And you can write evidences, you can write stuff, you can help the JMods out. Like, that would be, I don't think that would necessarily solve the problem because you'd still get a lot of bots, but that would at least maybe contain or help, hopefully.
It would. It really is just a matter of just pouring a little bit more resource into it. I swear, I feel like I'm going crazy when I go onto a Reddit post and people just completely, it's like a black and white view of theirs. It's like, well, botting can never be resolved, so just don't even worry about it, basically. And then and anybody that says like Jagex needs to work on, you know, fighting back against these bots, people will say like literally just some blanket statement of like, dude, it's impossible. It's an impossible task or something. I'm like, dude, it's fucking not it's like, yeah, you can't clear every bot, but you can easily put a little bit more effort, a little bit more resources into this. Literally, I am saying one thing that would be absolutely fucking free for them to fully clean up the Grand Exchange. It would be the easiest fucking thing in the world. You literally hire for free one player, one singular player, and they would probably ban 5,000 people in a day. In a fucking day. Like, I would do that. I kid you not, I would do that for free. If I had the power to just sit at the Grand Exchange, just hop, I wouldn't even have to hop worlds. They hop worlds. Literally, they would hop worlds, and every single time I ignore a player, which is just literally hundreds of players a month, I think I just put on my ignore list because it's so quick to do it, I would just be banning them. It would just be so easy. It's just so upsetting how, like, and I'm wondering to myself, at least just on that, in that department, like you look at a bot infested place like LMS or the Grand Exchange or any just high populated area, dude, like is Jagex just keeping them around because it's membership money? Because I don't actually know if those chat bots are paying with real money, because I think I had a conversation earlier this year talking about botting, sure. and they were saying how bots don't actually generate Jagex any money because all the bots are paying through bonds. And even though
but that's
bonds,
not necessarily true, because if they buy bonds, the bond prices go up, so more people are willing to buy bonds with real life money. So it does technically help Jagex. But I understand your theory.
Yeah. No, I mean, it wasn't even my theory. It was just like, because I was always under that impression, but the way I was told was basically like the fact that literally $0 comes out of any of these bots. Like, yeah, the prices will obviously fluctuate and stuff, but I think there was something about like how bonds would fluctuate regardless, because if there wasn't botting, then prices of things would be more expensive, which would lead to bonds. Like, I don't know, there's like some fucking, well. I'm not an economist, but it was something about like how just the simple fact that anybody that's botting is not paying Jagex real money means that they're not generating any money, which means like banning bots quickly isn't actually making them lose money. Because I always used to think like, oh, they're keeping bots around so they make more money. But I don't think that's even the case. I need to get somebody on that has like a different opinion that actually knows what they're talking about to hear what their version is on that.
So you're saying we don't know what we're talking about?
I mean, I don't study this shit. All I know is, can we fucking clean up this nasty game that's just any populated area just is a mess. It's disgusting looking. It's just all the chat is just nasty.
I am so curious on how many real players are in the game. Because like, yeah, we hit record player counts, but it's not even close to actual amount of players.
It would be.
Well, that's one thing too. They could be not touching bots on purpose for
that, yeah.
Player counts against WoW. That's always possible. I mean, it's a conspiracy theory, but you never know.
Did you see Twitch going, taking an actual stance against botting, of view botting in particular?
I did see that.
What did they do?
They just made it. They basically, over like a week, Twitch's numbers of like viewers that are on their site dropped by 24% because they just cleaned out a bunch of fucking bots. It's not all the bots, but there's been streamers that normally would get like thousands of viewers. Now they're at like the hundreds because they were just being view botted.
Good on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I've noticed a little bit in the OSRS community. I won't name names, but I'm like, huh.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm not naming names.
Interesting, yeah. It's fascinating though, like seeing that, just like, okay, like it's just a huge plunge and like, but Twitch, at least a video, I think it was just a Moist Critical video. He was talking about how like it would be a detriment for Twitch to like ban all the bots, because then who knows, maybe advertisers or whoever else like would see Twitch as like declining in growth, whereas now they're actually fine, but they've just cleared out a bunch of bots because a lot of companies will just look at the numbers rather than all the nuance with it.
And it's explainable to the advertisement team. You just explain the bot nuke
Yeah.
So do you guys think we're gonna get a bot solution in the near future? Or is it gonna get worse and worse?
I don't know.
I just think it's gonna get worse for a little while though.
I think so too. I saw in the CC someone posted a video from like back in RS2 days where they did the bot nuke, and they were showing like pictures of like the game before and after the bot nuke, and it was just like a bunch of people everywhere, and then it's a ghost town right after. Kind of cool. One day Jagex does that in OSRS, and they just nuke all the bots somehow.
Did you guys see? Well, all the WoW streamers kind of moved over to OSRS, but I also saw Pirate Software switched over to OSRS. You know, that guy that is just, everybody hates him basically for whatever he did.
Yeah, I have no idea who that guy is. I only learned about him this week or last week.
He's got like a lot of controversy about just like having a huge ego apparently, but basically like if this had been before all that drama, if he was streaming old school RuneScape, it would have been the biggest thing on the subreddit. It would have been like, everybody would have been talking about it, but I haven't seen like one person say anything about him hopping over to OSRS. And then apparently he's been like, it's like a meme, but he's been like accused of the reason that servers have been attacked lately is because like Pirate Software is streaming OSRS, and there's people that just don't want him to like, I don't know, they just are like DDoSing the game because he's playing or something. It's just a meme. I don't think there's any truth to it. It's funny though. Yeah.
But I remember, I don't know who said that, but it's possible that one day Jagex forces the Jagex launcher on everyone or something, or like they force you have to use a specific client that's not necessarily permits plugins that can be bought.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jagex launcher within like the year, to be honest.
That would solve or at least help the botting problem. And
definitely help a lot.
Yeah,
because we'd still get RuneLite, right? Like we'd still have RuneLite. They're partnered with them.
If they don't port RuneLite over, I'm sure they would lose a lot of players for sure.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty upset myself.
But does that, like, do you know enough about like if they were to force all their player base to use the launcher, would that actually, like, are all bots right now using bot clients? Like, are there any bots that are just running on the launcher, or can they still run on the launcher, but then Jagex would know for sure that they're running a bot script? Like, is that just what it is? Like, there's more transparency with them using the launcher? Like, how does that work?
I know some bots use mobile to bot. I remember reading that.
Oh no.
But I don't know enough about that. I don't know how you'd find a botter to be on the cast one day, but maybe you can find that. That'd be interesting to listen to.
They just reveal all the secrets, and then all of a sudden the botting problem's fixed.
All the JMods listen.
I wonder if Jagex ever tries to reach out to people that are like prolific botters and then try to get them on their side. Because isn't that what OS Buddy originally was? Was like this hacker
so
dude?
They did. They hired him. I mean, it happened for a lot of like in real life as well. Like I remember in like 2000s, there was a hacker. There was a young kid, and he got hired by the FBI or the CIA. I don't remember, in the States. It's like early internet days.
Interesting.
But to be fair with you, like if you're smart enough to create a good bot, I don't think a Jagex salary is going to be appealing to you. Just playing that out there. You could probably get more money in other companies in the US.
Dude, do you remember the bot that was created for Coliseum like a week in?
Yes, that was so cool.
Wasn't even using pillars. You remember that, Scott?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the video of it. That was nuts. Like that
Those
was
in
concerning.
the 500 TOA bots that were just flawless as well were also very concerning.
Weren't the bots doing what is that butterfly method in TOB? What's that method called? The little
Oh yeah, Pog Tank at the end.
Pog Tank, yeah. Is that what did Adicon coin that? Was he the one that like kind of figured that out? I can't remember. Pog Tank.
It was a long time ago. Was it
I think
Adicon? I thought it was what's his name? Shit. Sync? Was it Sync that discovered Pog Tank?
I'm not sure.
I just remember Adicon made a video of it. He might not have been. He
popularized it with the video. I don't remember. It's too long ago.
I think I saw bots doing that though, and it was like, okay, this is getting out of hand.
I think one of my buddies in my old clan, Lepe, he was stalking bots doing Tob, and he showed like you saw all three of them in sync pog tanking.
Yeah, there's a clip of them. It might have been from him on Twitter of them in sync pog tanking on P3. It's actually crazy to watch.
And they all have like meme gear, like torso and whip. It's like, what am I watching, dude?
That is nuts.
Crazy.
One thing I wanted to touch on, I think, Scott, I was in your stream and you were just, I don't know if it was, you were kind of joking a little bit, but you were kind of mentioning the idea of like maybe making a hardcore Ironman or starting a new account. Is there any?
Maybe in the far future, but I think with all the changes recently, I've been more focused on this account. I made one like for shits and giggles, like probably December. Played it a little bit, and then kind of like got that feeling when I was playing a different account that I was like, damn, I'm just wasting time not playing my Iron. So went back to it. But maybe in the future, possible duo one with Joe if you ever wanted to, but that'd probably be after Bloodhound at the least, probably after all pets, but I'm not sure.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I mean, one of the things that's fun about a new account is simply like the fact that you don't have best in slot gear, which makes everything a lot more interesting. Like it literally makes like God Wars Dungeon, for example, like an actual interesting fight. Like when I was doing Sarah, it wasn't just like, you know, use shadow and then wait there for a minute while everything waits to respawn. It was like, nah, you got to squeeze in every bit of DPS or else, you know, the boss is going to spawn before you're done and shit. And just, I think it kind of revives some of that early PVM that using max gear and max stats like just doesn't. It's just not the same thing. And I feel like that gear progression again is so addicting. And I was
if I were to do it again, to be honest, if I was to play solo, I think I would do another normal Iron like you did. Because my play style is like I just hate like losing ticks during PVM and like eating up, safing, having to TP out because I'm out of food. Like I don't know, I'd rather like chance a hit or like die in the wildy to get my clue out faster. Like I don't know, I don't know, like little stuff like that that I just like wouldn't be able to do on a hardcore. I just don't play. I just wouldn't think like that, and I don't know. Personally, I don't want to get into the remake cycle too much. Like I think that's another part of it. I kind of like singular account progression. That's why I almost have 5,000 masters on one account. But yeah, it's just like
if you were to do a group Iron with Joe, would you do a normal group or hardcore?
I don't know, kind of up to him, but I don't think I'd take the hardcore too seriously unless he wanted to. But I don't know, I would be interested in it, especially for stream content would be good. But especially because early and mid game's so much faster now. I think that's the main thing too. I'm watching like you and other people progress. Like when you made your new Iron, I feel like you jumped up so fast, even without doing moons. I feel like you just flew by a lot of stuff. With all the upgrades and Varlamore and whatnot now.
It's fucking addicting. I had some weird side missions that were. I mean, I have a fucking Eternal Glory on this account. I don't know what got into me over that.
Yeah, but that's Giga.
Yeah, I was
that's
just like, if I'm ever planning to get one, I may as well do it as early as possible and actually use it while it's good because I don't have a crafting cave or a concave or anything. So it's like using Eternal Glory is just fucking fun. It's great.
Yeah, it's actually so nice. It's one of the coolest looking items too. I don't know.
It's just clean. It is clean. When are they going to come out with the other Eternal variants? I want like an Eternal combat bracelet. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I don't think it would. It would because it would just be obtained the same way, where you just bring those jewelry up there. Like I always hate having to go recharge my rings of glory, and then like there's just no chance of getting an eternal variant. Like, come on, like just add it. It's just
bring
Dude, please don't make me grind another eternal item. I went 94,000 glories for mine. It was so bad. It took me
94,000?
2 months. Yeah, it's my next video. Actually, it's releasing Saturday.
Oh,
you got it
my
recently.
God.
Oh shit.
I got it like 3 months ago, I think.
Oh damn.
You had the plugin charged, or
Yeah, I had 12k pre plugin, so I just added that on top of it.
Yeah.
I'm like passively uncharging them.
That is horrible, dude. Because mine, as soon as I passed 25k, I was like, I fucking hate my life. Like, this is horrible.
It gets so bad after 25k.
Yeah.
I just get depressed. I was doing 1k a day for a while because otherwise I used to I was doing 5k a day.
Oh my
just,
God, that's
banging it
brutal.
out. And then I'm like, I can't do this. I'm gonna burn out because I was feeling myself burning out. So I did 1,000 a day instead. And
especially because it's no XP. It's just like
total waste of time. If you go dry, it's a total waste. No loot, no XP, perma wildy, just God. And I don't know how many times you died. Did you? Oh, sorry.
I didn't die that much. I think I died like 2 times or 3 times.
Yeah, I think I died once. Wasn't bad.
But to circle back, I would definitely make a UIM if I had to restart.
Whoa,
I don't know why, but
really?
that game mode just seems like so fun to plan properly and
what?
I did not expect that from you.
I started a UIM, funny enough, like 4 years ago. Got 85 fire making and burnt. So I didn't get too far, but
pretty fitting getting 85 fire making and burnt. Okay.
But I would only do that if I for some reason lost my ironman. Like if I got hacked or banned or like lost all my gear somehow, or I don't know.
I think if you got clue locked, do you do that?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not getting clue locked for years, so I don't have to.
I know. I just figured with how much I don't know. It feels like you enjoy clues, at least solving them. Feels like I feel like you'd be one of the people that actually enjoy doing clues.
That's true. I don't know. It's too far away for me. I haven't thought of it.
It's very true.
Dude, you know what I really want Jagex to come out with? A
hardcore main.
No. A hero's cape.
I thought I guessed it.
Yeah, that. I want them to come out with that too, badly, super badly. But I also want a hero's cape, so like champion's cape, but like the little bit harder version. So instead of like lesser demons, it'd be like greater demons, and like instead of
like an expansion to the champion's cape.
Exactly, it would just be like the hero's cape. So it's just got like it's the same 1 in 5,000. And the cool thing is, well, I guess that's not really cool, but basically, as soon as it drops, that's when all those monsters would eventually have the 1 in 5,000 to get the scroll or whatever. So it's almost like you weren't wasting time in the. I don't know. I guess you were. Like, I don't know. I just feel like something like that to go for would be kind of cool, and maybe even give it some stats just for fun. Just nothing crazy. It doesn't have to be meta. But just,
dude, not gonna lie, I really enjoyed that champion cape grind.
Me too, dude. It was fun.
Super chill.
It was fun.
I didn't cannon anything. I just AFK melee while working. But it was just so chill. It was fun to get one at a time. Early on,
your attitude changed.
Yeah. Dude, you can't not cannon.
I was gonna say I have so many cannonballs. I'm excited to do that because I have cannonballs, and I might actually make goading pots for it too, just to completely AFK.
Yeah, champions.
There's like some new tech, by the way, for champ cape. You can 0 time a lot of it now. You just place a cannon, like for example, near the econ, and you just charge it as you're solving clues or doing other things.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
See, that's what we need to see. We need to see a series of some super psychotic, like macro efficient player that's like, I'm going to complete the collection log, like starting off on tutorial and doing everything like efficient from like the get-go. And he's already mapped everything out. Like he does all his skilling in Varlamore. He has cannon set up and like trying to get his champion's cape 0 time. He'd probably have to be like a main account doing it. I think that would be the most interesting because as soon as you're an Ironman, there's just too much to like set up, I think. But
I thought about doing a 1,000 clog from scratch series, but
like as fast as you can or something.
Yeah, like try to do all the efficient metas and showcase it, kind of like what Coxie does, but for 1,000 clog instead. I just don't have the time to do that anymore. I can't. I have a job and in real life obligations. I can't do it. If I was a NEET, I would have done it. I promise.
That's actually one of the topics I want to touch on with you too, because you're both content creators. LGR, you've been making YouTube videos forever. It feels like around the same time I started making them. Then Scott,
after you're the reason I created initially the first ramble.
It must have been just shortly after then or something. I don't think it was much after I started.
I remember you were doing like your ramble number 18 or something. You were like early 2 digits. And then in one of the rambles you mentioned like if any other Ironman would like to do rambles, I'd love to listen to them. And after watching that,
Yeah.
I just did one. And I rewatch it sometimes. It's really weird seeing like a shitty microphone and like 6 years
Yeah.
ago or something. It's really fun to see my mindset. Cool.
It's cool to see both of you having jumped on the YouTube. Scott, I mean, you've only published. Let me look your channel up.
I do a lot like longer form progress videos.
Yeah, you got
just
like
kind
the
of like where I'm at too. I mean, with the bloodhound guy, it's kind of tough because I don't include like any of that solving footage or any of the like. It's literally just like if I get a good item from Masters, you'll see it. But
Yep.
99% of that is just off stream and not even recorded because it's just I don't know. I don't find good ways to edit it, and I'd rather just be efficient to get as much KC as I can.
Have you ever considered making guides on YouTube?
I probably will after I get Bloodhound, because one that I've been asked for a lot, and I think Wiki, who is also very experienced with clues, he's the one who's helped me out with like my setups and like everything with being efficient with clues. I know Lone Jim Rat talks about him a lot too. He's just like the clue scroll god. He's insane at clues, but he said he would work with me on making a video at some point for just like a complete in-depth master clue guide. It's the main one I want to work on, but I don't know how long that's gonna take, and I probably am gonna wait till I get Bloodhound.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of hours. I actually, do you remember your clue Bible guide you did a long time ago, Sae Bae, for hard
Yeah.
clues?
Yeah. That was a beast.
I made something similar for. I wanted to do the same thing for all clues, and I started with beginners. I actually released it like this morning, where I record every single clue step, the best way to solve them, and other alternatives. And
Oh, yeah,
I
I'm
put
not
that on
doing
an
that.
Excel spreadsheet, all the clue steps. And I was gonna go crazy, but then I realized that I don't have the time. But I was gonna calculate how long each clue step takes and input it on the sheet, and then you can measure the technical max efficiency clue rate solving based on how the average of all the clue steps, which would be kind of
Damn.
cool.
Okay.
And over time, you could update that sheet. And I was going to put streamable links for every single clue example. But the amount of time needed to do that is insane. And it took me 10 hours just for
Dude.
beginner clues, which is the easy one. Like
So
I was going to do easy
how long
clues
that would take for
next, but I'm
Masters.
not sure. Sorry, what did you say, Scott?
I don't even know how long that would take for Masters.
Oh,
I mean, I do a lot of
It would be
Masters.
insane. I don't even want to. Because the problem, if you had like infinite masters on the floor, like right now, it would be not to be too bad to make a guide like that. But the fact that you have to spend all the time grinding each one individually until you get all the clue step, and imagine you go dry on like the Dragon's Castle step, or you
just one
screw
step
up
you don't
something.
get.
And,
No, that's why like that clue Bible took forever, because I fucking recorded every single step, and doing it hards was actually like easy because it's hard step. Like it's people were like, oh, when's the elite one or master one coming out? I'm like, Jesus Christ, like I'm not. And this was before like stackable or even juggle tech, and I mean that straight up took me like 100 hours of gameplay of like getting all the clue steps that I got. Like I just remember I was looking for like 3 more steps, just taking forever.
I
Like,
remember
holy
I was
shit.
that's when you're streaming a bunch during that, like doing Strackness, I think, right?
Yeah. I think I was
Doing
doing a
clues
lot
for
of
it.
jellies too, like off stream.
Oh yeah. And I remember you like going for that set you finally got, and you were so happy.
Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 left, and you were so excited.
Yeah, I had to like record on stream. I think that's what I would do. I'd like switch the scene really quick.
Yeah, switch your scene, you turn your camera off, and just record it real quick.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is like you think to yourself, like, because when I was making it, I was like, oh, like in your head you're thinking, I'm just gonna record the exact fastest way to do it. But then you're like, wait, there's actually a faster way to do it.
Yeah.
But your loadout doesn't like make it so it's worth it, because if you wanted to go to your bank, that would end up being slower. So it's almost like halfway through it, I'm like readjusting how my inventory works, which is crazy, because I'm like, I got to find something where you can fully bank super quickly and you're only grabbing the essentials, but the fastest way to do certain steps requires you to run to the bank. But if you run to the bank, then it actually ends up being less efficient. It was just like a fucking headache. It was a mind fuck.
Yeah, especially now with like the Yuri skipping and all that, you can really optimize your inventory and have like what's it, like 2 open inventory spaces when you solve hard clues. And then once you go to solve the Yuri steps and Yuri skip, you just like dump a few items and then solve them all.
What are you using? I feel like you're using like Radiant Oath Plate doing your steps and stuff. Like, what do you spec with?
My master setup or my hard clue setup?
I can't remember what, both of them, I guess.
My
What was the
master clue
difference?
setup is kind of weird because my triple step has monastery in it, so I need negative prayer bonus.
Oh yeah.
But it's a 25-second triple, so I have Gamel, Lovada, and monastery. So I wear Radiant Oathplate chest, which counts as a Zami item for the steps I have to go to God Wars, so I don't have to worry about like the Zami helm, like
Ooh.
equipping a Zami item or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I wear a Sarah Blessing for the Sherlock step. And then just like Mori legs, Process gloves, Treads, Ultor, Blade, and a Vernic, and then Infernal Cape, Torva helm.
What's your spec weapon?
Claws. Claws max like an
Okay.
88 in this setup.
Okay, yeah, that's
You like
crazy.
can two-shot most things.
That is not,
Yeah,
dude.
the meta shifted. You melee now your hard clues and masters. You even meleeed your elites for a while, but then for some reason they
They
patched
changed it,
it.
didn't they? Yeah.
For no reason.
Wait, what? What did they patch?
You could claw
You
out
used-
Amiances and melee them for a
Oh
little bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
But can't
and then
you?
they reverted it.
Would a Noxious Halley not be worth over the blade? Well, I guess you want your Gommel's hilt. I guess that would be a little awkward.
Yeah,
I
don't
do
think
the
have
Halley
spec
on my
weapon.
hard clue and master clue setup, but I don't have GMs anymore, so that's
Okay.
probably why.
Because I was gonna say you can Noxious Halley the Aviancies at least, right?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
can't claw them, which is
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Interesting. Have you guys? Oh yeah, I think I saw actually calcs on it. Like Kriara with a Noxious Halley is just not worth it at
it's
all, right?
horrible. Yeah.
That's
And
Unless
just
you're
Marnie
main,
was
like horning with an ult or something, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, it's even still pretty bad.
when that released, like everyone was coping that it would be like the new meta, and then Marnie showed a DPS calc, and it's like 3 times worse than Shadow. It's like not even like there's no point.
That's dude. Zora Noxious Halley before you have
That's
like
crazy.
Shadow and stuff, because I've been doing Zora with Noxious Halley and I'm like, this shit's fucking nuts. I got like a 53 second or something. Got like the sub 55, whatever that is. Is that the master time or the grandmaster? It might have been
54 is GM, I think. It's
Oh,
pretty
that
free
is. Yeah, I
nowadays.
literally got a 53 at Zora with like my fucking newbie Ironman, like with the Noxious Halley. Like it just went off. I was like, this is crazy. This is insanely
That was
fast.
such a cool change, actually, to be able to melee. It's pretty cool.
The
But
only
to circle back to,
Yeah.
to clues,
go-
the
go.
clue meta has been like evolving so much. Like there's literally new discoveries every week. Like one guy, Browntree, posted as a meme where there's like the elite clue step where you have to go to the Mossly Harmless Islands, which is like a really far
Yep.
run. Well, he would wait until he had 2 of those clue steps, and he would drop
Yeah.
one next to the island and telegrab it.
When you're on their final
fucking
step.
genius.
And I was
I
like,
did that for the
and
master
he's-
step too.
Yeah, you could. That's true. And he
Yeah.
said that in the meme, and I was thinking, and I was like, that's actually like 5 head right there. Oh
Yeah.
my god! In a week, he got all over it. He was so excited when he found that out.
Yeah, he told
Okay,
me about it. He was so
where-
happy.
Where the hell are the where is the obstacle to jump across the shortcut? That's another thing that like we need in this game so badly is, and
What,
they've
Muscle
been doing a
Harmless?
good job.
Oh.
It's just add
Just
more
wait for
shortcuts.
sailing. Sae Bae, just wait for sailing.
That's
Be
true.
patient.
That is true. That is true.
That'd be so
Although I
funny.
can't wait. There's gonna be a Sherlock step to sail your boat across the whole ocean. I can't wait for that.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I just heard there's gonna be some annoying stuff with sailing that's gonna piss me off.
For
with
sure,
Lashers.
100%.
The funny thing is like all three of us have done so many clues, and I just feel like I could probably tell you guys, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's almost a feeling with when you open a clue and you see what it is of like dread or like hell yeah. It's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
seriously,
Yeah.
they're just it's like you instantly get this feeling of like I fucking hate this step, and I wish I almost want like clue people to just mark all the dreadful steps, because there are some that are just actually dreadful. There's some that are like more like mid, like okay, whatever, I'll deal with it. But there's some that are truly dreadful, and I feel like adding shortcuts to those ones or something, or even adding like block lists, it would just make clues feel so much better. Because, and I know there's gonna be people thinking like, you don't need to make everything streamlined, but there's some that are just so dreadful that it ruins the flow. It's like an
Pyramid
example.
Plunder one, I think, is the worst one now for Masters.
Which one?
The Pyramid Plunder. You have to go to the end of Pyramid Plunder.
Oh yeah, that shit's
It's
Emote.
long.
so bad.
I think that might be the longest one now because of the Dragon's Castle change.
Yeah,
actually.
before the juggle tech of an hour, that shit was stressful.
Oh yeah.
I
It
remember.
was stressful.
If you failed too many, you'd have to tell you
Yeah,
out.
you
I'm like,
just
no,
redo it.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
if
do
you
that.
got unlucky. And I remember you were able to bank the items in your bank, so you'd able to use the emote as soon as you entered the floor.
Yeah, I
have
still
to
do
go to the
that because I only have 2
Oh.
scepters.
Yeah. Dude, they need to fix Pyramid Plunder. That place is awful. Like, I'm sorry. The
It's
sticky
better
mess.
rates nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll
people
take
still
forever.
do it, but like, it's just like you could just make this so much more fun. Like, what is up with skilling just being a dreadful experience? The idea of going for a third scepter is just like off the table because it's just so painful. It's so fucking
That's why
painful.
I still don't have one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. It really is about like shortcuts. So like adding shortcuts that are meaningful, that have healthy agility requirements, that make sense. Like just do more of that. Like, and I think Jagex is doing a good job, but just keep expanding on that because again, mostly harmless island. Like that's just a genius one to go for. Like just add a little stepping stone that's level 90.
Speaking of shortcuts, it's pretty comical how long was it recently they fixed the Hydra one to be like actually a shortcut.
Yes,
I
finally.
remember that.
That was they left that in there for
I think
years.
that one actually took longer to do the shortcut than run around. Or it was
Yeah,
pretty
I was
close.
still doing it though, just because you
Yeah,
wouldn't
you don't take
risk.
damage.
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, that was a meme.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Literally.
how they don't find that in QA. Like that's you do the shortcut once, you're like, this is a little long, isn't it?
Dude, it was because this is like kind of like, it wasn't pre-enlightenment age, that is what I call it in RuneScape. It was like we're finally getting past just masochism for the sake of masochism. It's just like, it feels like at that point, Jagex was so careful. They're like, oh, we can't devalue the people that ran the normal way across these hydro. We can't devalue it at all, so we're gonna have to make it exactly as long or even a little bit longer. And then they still have not fully fixed the Wyvern shortcut when you just go into
That one's so
Asgardia
bad.
Dungeon.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
one's so
gosh.
bad.
I'm like, dude, stop it. Like, just stop. It's so dumb, dude. It's so dumb. I know,
One more
finally they
thing
fixed
that
the
really
Hydra one.
tilts me is the inconsistency in all the clue tiers. The way you solve each clue tier is slightly different if it's like a beginner or medium or hard when you have the emotes or if you have the one you have to input a number. Everything's inconsistent. I don't get it.
Oh,
It
it
tilts
was
me
so
so much.
annoying. Dude, speaking of that, when I went from Masters to Hard Clues, I was losing a tick every single time I was opening a puzzle box, because on Masters, you have to do a dialogue option to get your puzzle box, and the Hard Clues, it just gives it to you instantly.
Yeah.
So I just
That's the difference.
sit there holding space, and I'm like, oh my god, I already have it. It's so annoying.
They need to like it's almost like stitching it all together, because there's some things I actually like about elites. One of them is, for example, if you have an elite clue and you go to Sherlock, as soon as you click Sherlock, you obviously get the step. That's the same with masters. You don't need to go through any dialogue. But with a master clue, you need to click spacebar one time after you complete the challenge. Where elites, no, you just insta get it. You don't need to click spacebar.
Oh,
Like
do
if they,
you? That's
yeah,
so nice.
it's
Really?
so nice. It's so nice. So
And
that needs to be
masters-
standardized for masters. I feel like do the elite what they do with elites.
That'd be so
And
nice.
masters and beginners are like the clue ID is the same as opposed to all the other clue tiers because they were added more recently. That one JMod or like an intern, whatever, has to like sit down, go through all the clue tiers and standardize everything.
Yeah.
But
That's
they
just
need
clues, and they
to.
have other issues too.
I'm worried about them standardizing it in the worst way. For example,
Make it
making it
worse.
so elites have to now press spacebar to get your casket. Like that would be
That's
annoying.
true.
And the other thing that I do actually like is, actually I don't actually know if I like. I don't actually like how elites you have to click on the scroll to answer like a math
Yeah, I
equation
didn't
or
like
whatever.
that. Yeah.
It just feels awkward because you
Hard
can't.
clues where you just talk to the person. I like that so
Yeah,
much
it's
better.
completely different.
It is better because you can also hold your mouse on the guy afterwards. You can get it done. Whereas like elite, you got to have fucking crazy click precision to click that. And then as soon as the math equation thing is gone, you click on the guy again. But and you have to click space again, which is annoying.
But I'm sure they can take the lowest amount of effort option in each case if they standardize
They
properly.
actually have to talk to clue doers then. Don't just fucking do it on your own, please. Like just fucking
Talk to
bring
Wiki,
him.
he'll tell you everything.
Yes, yes,
Ew.
yes. Yeah, they need to get them involved with it because that would be nice. But yeah, is that the reason beginners and masters? Because when I drop a master,
They stack like in quantities on top of each other
Do
because
they
they're
still-
the same clue ID.
do they still prioritize the one that has the shortest despawn timer? So if I stack like 4 masters on top of each other, I could just click it.
Yes, but the timers are weird. The
Timers
master
are bugged
include.
with plugin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why
I don't
I
chance
juggle
it
my
personally.
masters. I juggle my masters on 2 different tiles for that
That's
reason.
smart. Yeah, because I'm always
That's
like,
the only clue tier. That's the only clue tier. Every other one I just spam on 1 tile.
yeah, it's really nice doing that. I was just wondering because like there is no actual guarantee I was saying of like,
Yeah.
is this actually picking up the one that's least? I guess I could have just looked at the clue steps to be fair, but
I just drop masters on individual tiles. I don't chance it at all. They're too hard to get. It's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
dude, you know what's nice? Kind of just barely circling back to Sepulchre when we were talking about that. It's so nice having stackable clues now. So when you do a run and you get an elite on floor 5, you can actually get another elite.
Yeah.
Like there's actually a chance of you getting like multiple elites in one run, which is so nice.
Wait, I have something for you here that's incredibly nerdy.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Wait.
Because Jai, I'm not able to search if I'm not. Interesting. Jai was asking me like before the clue stacking update. He was like, "Hey, can you calculate how many clues I would lose if I do Subbooker now versus after clue stacking update?"
Ooh.
So I was like, obviously I'll calculate for you because it's fun. And
yeah,
he
what's
would
the
miss
difference?
out. It was 0.00276 elites per Subbooker run. So an elite every 362 laps he would lose by doing it
Okay,
before
so
the
it's
stackable
literally
clue
like
update.
hardly anything.
I mean, it's a couple elites going for 200 mil. I
Yeah.
guess.
Dude, I still wish they would just go back to their original proposed rates, like Scott was saying. Like, oh god, that would
That
have
would
been
be
so
cool.
good.
Overpowered. Were they? I can't even. I don't think they were, right?
What?
I think it was like
The original?
1.2 an hour. The original rate.
Yeah.
It was just
Do you remember?
doubling. It was making it because I think right now it's
It was like kind of in line with Arachnus, right? But you were scaling.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was so
But
good.
no hard clues.
So good.
Yeah, but that's such a nice pay. Wait,
Wait, did you say no hard clues? But there is hard clues from Sepulchre.
Oh, there is. Yeah, if you loot floor
4.
3?
Yeah, I guess your
4?
loots would go down a little bit, but not by much.
But I just loved that idea of like, because I think what it was 1 in 15 was the grand chest, where 1 in 30 were the other 3, and so it ended up being, I think it was every 6 runs you'd get a clue, an elite, and then with the stackable it would be even crazier. It would have just been so good because I think that actually was it. I think it was like 1 in 6 because I think it was 10, 12. Yeah, it was just about every 6 runs you'd get a clue, I believe it was. And now it's every 12 runs you get an elite-ish.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So underwhelming.
I know, man, that would have been so good. It feels so good now with stackable because even before, whenever you got an elite on that first chest, you're like, God damn it. Now you're like losing that chance of the grand chest, getting that improved rate, and it just feels shitty. But yeah, now, I mean, doing Sepulchre now, I mean, I'm just about level 95. I'm still going to run all that Sepulchre. It's going to be nice getting those caskets. I wish as well, floor 1 and floor 2 had some, just any bit of encouragement to loot that shit. It is horrible. You get 1 fucking mark, and then on top of that, the actual like shortcut to jump over, like floor 1, you have that fucking grapple, and then you got to run like 7 ticks to get to the chest, and you get 1 fucking mark, and then like a 1 in 50 chance at an easy. Just like, dude, this is like a ham member, but like 70,000 times longer. Yeah. Yeah, it should be like a fucking 1 in 4, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
People wouldn't do it even if it was a 1 in 4.
I still wouldn't, because you would just literally.
If it was guaranteed, probably irons would do it, but that's about it.
Yeah, it'd have to literally be guaranteed at this point. Yeah, I just think, and honestly, they didn't even need to make it so it's easy. It's like Sepulchre could have just been mediums up. So like floor 1 has a medium chance of like 1 in 30, and then floor 2 has like a 1 in 20, and floor 3 has like a 1 in 10 or something. So it's like you're actually getting mediums pretty consistently, but there would still barely be a reason. It would still be like that. Maybe I'll do it because I hate fucking looting low floors, because you're getting like a fucking monk's robe top as your loot and just wasting a bunch of time. But seriously, like if they would have just canceled out easies or something entirely and just made the first 3 floors like some mediums, and even maybe thrown in a rare chance at a hard or something on floor 3. I was kind of like brainstorming ideas. They could have just made the rates a little bit more reasonable. But yeah, looting the first 2 floors at least is just painful. I still loot floor 3 just for the occasional medium, but it's whatever. I don't know. I just still upset by that. Okay, so kind of wrapping up the topics we do have, one of the things I wanted to touch on was just sailing, your guys' overall thoughts on it. I think Lone Jimrat, I've talked to you a little bit about sailing on our previous cast, but what are your guys' overall thoughts on sailing? Are you guys optimistic? Are you guys leaning more pessimistic? And what are the things you're most looking forward to?
You go first on this one if you want.
Okay, I was kind of hoping you would go first. I'll go first. I am not really excited for sailing, to be honest with you. And I also believe, frankly, that if they pulled sailing today, it would not pass. But I'm still like not gonna cry or anything on Reddit or YouTube. I'm like, whenever that skill gets released, I will definitely full send 99. And if it's fun, or if it's really good for clue scrolls, I'll keep going and maybe get 200 mil if it's really good for clues. But besides for that, it's just a 99 you bang out and don't ever look back, kind of like the other skills I don't like. That's kind of how I see it. But I lost all my excitement for sailing like probably a year ago now.
You know, I'm pretty much in the same boat, not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping you were in the same boat as me. I don't know. Everything they've came out with kind of makes it seem more like a mini game, but it seems like they're just trying to add stuff to other skills to make sailing seem better. But maybe that's just my POV. But I'm not gonna complain too much. I think it's too much. But
like their poll, they could have slashed half of it away, and it would have been not their poll, their blog. They could have slashed half it away, and it would have been a lot better received. But it's just so much stuff.
And I'm on the same boat where like, yeah, I'm gonna get it to 99 probably regardless. And then if it's good clues, I'll probably do it after. But yeah, I don't know. I have faith in them making it a good skill eventually. I think if they rush it, especially if it comes out this year, I don't think it's gonna be good when it comes out personally.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out. I would probably guess like November.
That's what they said.
Crazy to think.
End of this year.
Yeah, they said like pretty much guaranteed.
So that means if it's not ready, they're going to release it anyways, and it's going to be a bunch of QAing to do for us players on the first week.
And maybe it's more because of sailing, but also because of our server stability recently. And I'm also worried because
no, god,
dude,
that's
the servers already are bad, and we're gonna have moving boats and people on them. Like I just can't imagine that being good for the servers.
Yeah, that's gonna be horrible, dude.
It's gonna be so bad.
Dude, like day one where literally 80% of the player base is on the fucking water.
There's no shot.
It's they're gonna crazy.
Crash. Everything's crashing.
Everything's gonna break.
But I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't want to be too pessimistic.
That's the problem. Is like there's so many people that almost take it personal that you're not excited for sailing. So there's this constant backpedaling for the people that like aren't excited of like, well, we'll see. But to be fair, like, I mean, sailing has it. The idea of it has potential, but one of the things, and I feel like this kind of ties into anything skilling, is Jagex. Their philosophy on skilling is just come out with something where every fucking person from ages 2 onward can participate in it equally. It's just like everything they come out with is made for toddlers. I mean, you can genuinely be a toddler and execute like a normal skilling minigame or just any sort of skilling, whereas PVM actually says, no, we're going to make this actually fun, actually rhythmic. It actually is going to take some fucking brain power and some skill, and you're only going to get better and better and better at it. Whereas I feel like with their philosophy of skilling is like that no skill expression whatsoever. It must be able to be done by everybody. You got to dumb down everything to the lowest possible fucking thing, and it's just boring. It ends up being so boring, and it's like the safe route they keep taking. And I understand it to some degree. Like, you got to make it so you can't be gatekeeping people out of a fucking skill. But like, I just feel like we have
agility. That's what you stop poker. like rooftops were the chill way, and then sepulcher's the high intensity, right? They just didn't do that with any other skill.
But the thing is like it's not agility's not even like rooftops is not even the chill way. Rooftops is just like this middle murky ground of just like pure torture where
that's fair.
there's no way to speed it up beyond the very optimal rate of not losing a tick, and you can't fucking watch a TV show because you got to keep fucking clicking every 8 seconds one time, and the obstacles feel like you're sinking in jello, just everything's sticky, and you're just watching your dude make the most awkward maneuver across 3 different planes of existence where you see some players for a split second, then you don't see them, and then you see like the 3rd floor of a building, and then you see the 2nd floor of a building, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? This thing is just a mess, and nothing about it is satisfying in any possible world, and it's just horrible. But I feel like the philosophy of skilling needs to change before they can reasonably come out with a skill that's going to be genuinely exciting. And so even though like cool, I'll try to enjoy sailing to whatever they come out with, I'll try to enjoy it. I always do worry about the overall philosophy of skilling in their eyes, where it's just not fun. It just truly is in the dark ages of skilling is meant to be a means to an end, where just do it. And it's got to be torture. Like that's what skilling is in a lot of people's eyes. It's like, this is torture. You got to do it. Torture is part of the game, and just have fun. But again, hopefully sailing will not be torture. I'm not going to imagine it's going to be torture, but we have seen torturous skilling methods out, and I don't think that philosophy is completely like gone yet from the culture.
One thing that concerns me with sailing is that the risk of screwing it up is like very high in terms of like decentivizing or making people upset about it. So there is a high risk of screwing up sailing as opposed to the benefit of having a skill that's somewhat good, that's going to introduce new players. We already have record player counts as of today, so this is definitely a risk that Jagex has taken. That can go either 2 ways, up or down. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it'll go. I mean, I have faith in Husky. I think he's a good JMod. I'm sure he'll work as hard as he can, but I don't know. I'm not optimistic.
Yeah, this has. Yeah, go for it, Scott.
No, and you were talking about like if they pulled sailing right now, I do not think it would pass. Not even close.
I actually do think it would pass. That's the shocking thing. I think there's just enough players that see anybody that's anti-sailing, which I don't even consider us anti-sailing. I think the anti-sailors are the people that are just like super, super vocal on Twitter, just yelling about it and freaking out on every old school post, like cancel sailing. But there's so many players that are so like allergic to that response that they, even if they didn't want sailing, they would vote for it just to not be in any way involved in the camp that they see as just like degenerate losers that are anti-sailing. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like if they were to run a poll, there'd be so many players that are like, you know what, we can't have those cynical jerks like get their way. And so I'm going to, even if I don't want sailing, I'm going to vote for sailing because I want to be on the side of history that's like seen as like the good guys that wanted sailing.
So you think they're going to get above 70% yes vote on sailing today if it was polled?
It would be close. You're right. I don't think it would be a miserable fail, but if it did fail, it'd be like 68% or something. But
yeah, I don't think it'd be catastrophic. I do think it'd fail though. I don't know, based on like the numbers from the last one being up against shamanism and taming, right? And then they never really pulled it after that.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure they said they were, but
yeah, and they said they would pull every stage of sailing, and if anything failed, they would go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Unless I misremembered that, but that's what I remembered.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But the way I see it is the 3 JMods that are working on sailing, their upper management pointed to them and said, you're doing a new skill, and they have no choice to do sailing, and they've committed enough resources for, I think that's 2 years now, or I'm not even sure when they started.
Yeah, it's been over that. Yeah.
Feels so like something's coming out. Whether you like it or not.
If there are any JMods we want working on it, it's probably them, to be fair. So,
and I want to make it very clear, like this is nothing on the JMods. Like I literally love the JMods that are working on this. They're super talented. It's just that when I see people that are excited for sailing, it is not to do with sailing. It's the area expansions. It's the new dungeons. It's the new farming patches. It's the new islands. It's everything that's like not sailing related.
Yeah.
It's just the adventurous part. I'm excited for new areas. I'm excited for new dungeons. I'm excited for new trees on islands. That has nothing to do with being on your boat salvaging just in the middle and then using a fucking spyglass on a wizard's tower for 200 sailing XP. Like, it's like rubbing your nails on a chalkboard. The stuff I experienced on the beta, and I'll be fully aware that training any skill from 1 to 30 on a beta would be pure torture. I get it. But I was just not having a good time. And so I am hoping for the absolute best, and I want boats to move faster. I want you to feel good on the boat. I want render distance to be longer. I want there to be animations on the boat to make it feel satisfying. And if they were to do that alone, I think that would go a long way. But again, it's like I think the thing that people are missing is everything that sailing, that the things that look good with sailing has nothing to do with sailing. It's just the area expansions that look so fun.
Yeah, that whole last blog that we got was just not. I felt like nothing to do was about sailing. It was just like
nothing. It was just here's the herblore expansion, here's a fishing expansion, here's a
new tree
expansion. Yeah, everything. Every skill was listed there. It was crazy.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, so it's.
And I think they did say we're getting new bank space, but if we weren't on top of that, that'd be tragic.
We need to.
And they said we were. Thankfully, that would be very tragic otherwise.
Do you believe them saying that?
Yeah. So
time will tell. We'll see next year.
Exactly. I know. I always sound like I always get comments from people in my audience like, "You're just such a doomer for sailing." I'm just like, I'm just not gonna lie to myself. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be as honest with myself as possible. And if that sounds like I'm just being super pessimistic, it's just how I really feel. And I just want to remain honest because I don't want to just start lying because it's like I feel like I need to appease a certain crowd.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen if they did like the old days and they just randomly out of nowhere, no poll, just release sailing?
That'd be crazy.
You think that would be good or bad for the game?
Horrible. If you just said they just dropped it on us without a poll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be horrible. Especially because
I remember
they wouldn't have tried as hard to make it good. They wouldn't have had that pressure testing.
Because you get like a draft right off the bat.
Yeah.
You'd be stuck with it.
Yeah.
Because I remember like when I was like more of a teen or a kid, I was like summoning came out and I remember phoning my friend and going, "Oh my god, summoning's here, what the hell?" And we both like got on our PCs and we were looking into it and we're super hyped. But like that came out of, in my mind, I don't know if there was blogs or anything back then. I don't remember. It just came out of nowhere. New skill.
I would be okay with them coming out with things that are completely unpolled, but they need to run a poll if we'd want something to be unpolled. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Full session.
No, I mean that's genuinely what I want. Like I would love it if, for example, if they said we are going to come out with a raid, maybe not raid. I don't think we're at that level of trust yet. I mean, I'd be okay with them. I'd be okay with them. But if they were to just say, hey, we're going to come out with a brand new boss that's going to release some end game stuff, and we are not going to tell you a thing. Do you want this? And if it got a passing poll, like if it passed, I would be so down for that. Just drop something out of the blue. We don't know what the rewards are. We don't know what the boss is at all. And it just drops one day. That would be so exciting.
Kind of the same excitement I get behind them locking behind raids 4 behind like the only thing not the only thing. One of the things I'd be excited about sailing like a level 90 sailing requirement for raids 4. And like sailing gets released. I don't think it'll happen. And then like obviously and then like sailing comes out same time and like nobody has access until like 3 weeks in or something.
That'd be crazy.
The first people to get access are like degen skillers that don't know how to PVM.
They just don't know how to
that played and didn't sleep for the last week. That'd be so cool.
Wasn't it Hexus that completed the first raid or something like that? Like Chambers release. Do you guys remember that?
I think it was something like that. I remember.
It's a fucking skilling clan. Because we were all just... I mean, the skillers were the talented PVMers, though, at the time, to be fair. Because nobody was a PVMer before 2016 or 2017. Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
The PVMers would do like the longest DK strip possible, and that was the flex.
Yeah, 5,000 DKs, one trip.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
The guy was just flicking prey mage the whole time and prey range, and I remember those.
Just
Oh,
god
funny.
tier, yeah. Man. It's crazy how from 2017, Chambers of Zera, because literally before then, all we had was like Zulrah, God Wars, just some basic
DKs,
Slayer monsters,
KBD,
yeah. Barrows,
KQ,
yeah.
all the basic ones.
And then ever since Chambers, we had Chambers, 6 months later, Inferno, a year later, Taub, had all these new bosses coming out, the Nightmare and all this other shit, Raids 3. Now it's just going crazy. Yama, Delve, like, yeah, we're in the golden era of PVM, and I want to see that with all aspects of the game. We're getting there slowly but surely. I think we're slowly making it. Okay, gentlemen, is there anything else that we need to talk about before we sort of wrap things up? We covered all the topics we were gonna be talking about.
That's what I was thinking. We covered everything.
Yeah, we covered everything. I have like some random little things, but they're not really per se like sections.
Do you have like what?
Like YouTube era for like me and Scott. It would be interesting to talk about.
Actually, yeah, I feel like I didn't touch on that enough because Scott, you said you might be interested in doing some guides in the future after your master after your bloodhound. I feel like as soon as you get bloodhound, there's just gonna be something else to like have heavy focus on. Making guides is definitely a process. It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
but
it's something.
It's
I mean,
a ton of work.
Yeah, I mean, I would save not doing masters alone. I would save so much time being able to do guides, but I mean, outside of that, I probably would start doing quicker progress videos too once I get bloodhound and just like being more consistent. Ideally, it is tough though. Editing takes so much time. Just putting clips together and actually getting them in the right order and whatnot, how I like it. But it's very satisfying once it all comes out too. Final products of it.
So let me ask you, Lone Jimra, because you've looking at your channel right here, 12K subs, damn, fucking getting up there.
Yeah, I'm climbing slowly.
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the game. I've just been chipping away at it, just like kind of like if you're not gonna go down the super highly edited storyline series and everything, just I feel like starting Alpha channel with the kind of the ramble-esque stuff, it is a slower grind, but you have a really dedicated fan base, so that's cool to see. But yeah, 316 videos already. Holy shit. What is
one a week?
Sorry?
One a week, and I schedule upload them too. So I have like 9 right now that are schedule uploaded, 1 week intervals. So if I die today, knock on wood, for the next like 9 weeks, you'll see videos pop out.
And then you have one that's like scheduled with like a fucking, if you do die, there's like a death video. It's just like, hey, if
oh
you're
my
watching
gosh,
this,
that's so weird.
It's horrible. So what is what's your whole like philosophy with video making at the moment then? Is it just weekly make your progress series, or like what makes you decide to publish something else? Like just this morning you literally came out with beginner clues, full guide, and Helmet of the Moon guide, like
out of nowhere. I don't really care about the YouTube statistics of like trying to get like consistent uploads so you can get potential sponsors. I don't care about the money. I'm just doing this for fun. So whenever I have free time or like a guide idea or something, I just whip it out and upload it. And for progress videos, I kind of just try to target multiple grinds at once. And I go for a specific item, and when I get the item, that creates a video. So right now I'm juggling AFK, team content, and solo content. So I'm doing Shooting Stars for Pet, which is my AFK. I also got Medium Clues, which are AFK Harpy Bug Swarms, for 300 of them for a video. I do Yamba and Temperos, and I just juggle between those content whenever I feel like it. And I have like an Excel spreadsheet that tracks each video and the progress, and when it's done, I schedule upload it whenever I'm ready or I have free time or AFK time. And,
that's cool. I got to give you credit on your Quetzin video. Watch that whole thing.
3K.
That was a cool video, man. Like I'm so
good video, yeah.
Because it kept feeling like, oh, this is going to be the opening. Like I did myself a favor and didn't spoil it for myself, because it feels like some of the time you'll watch a video and you just never exactly know when they'll get the pet. So like every time you stacked like 100 or 200 or whatever, I was just like, oh, surely he'll get it here, and then it just wasn't. It just never was, and it was just exciting. It was a great video.
Thanks. Wait for the glory one. You see my like mental sanity drop. It's really funny. I rewatched it because I edited it 2 months ago, so I rewatched it last week before it airs, just in case I missed something. And I was like, I just feel pain. And funny enough, I got the eternal glory in the middle of a meeting. Like I was talking French to like 2 guys on a virtual call, and I clicked the fountain and I see the clock pop up, and I just stop talking, and my mouth drops, and I'm like, and then I try to like mute myself, but like I'm struggling, so there's like 5-6 seconds of me being quiet, and then I just go, oh my god, got it. It's so bad.
The best
the
feeling.
Worst timing ever.
The best feeling, dude. Such a sexy thing when you see that collection line pop up right
the
there.
CC popped off because everyone knew I was pretty dry for it, so
that is dope.
Really cool.
Well, you guys are absolutely killing it. Scott, you're live. Like I feel like you're live every day. What's your schedule on Twitch for those that want to check out your stream?
When I am live, it's 5 p.m. Eastern. I try to be almost every day at the moment. I take like 1 or 2 days off a week, just randomly whenever I'm busy or have stuff going on. But pretty much every day at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Hell yeah!
So you're live right now? So you're saying?
Taking today off. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Doing a Sae Bae cast and then jumping into a stream. That sounds like a lot.
I've actually been live this whole time. No, I'm just kidding.
Hi, stream. But okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna have both of your guys' links down in the description. Anything you guys want added. So for those listening, go check them out. Go show them some love for me. Thanks again, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.